and a lot of racing left, so we're having fun.
Suave, it was a big night at Lernerville last night. David Gravel got the $50,000 victory. Not only were the high-limit sprint cars there, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the house in Sarver, Pennsylvania, in front of what they confirmed to me last night, a bigger crowd even than for the Firecracker. Little E even did his podcast.
I will take the under on that. There was more people at the Firecracker. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
late model guy
massive.
defending his late model people. It's just, again, this since we sold Dirt on Dirt in 2019, God, how long is it? 19 now. This continued growth of the merging of all these forms of motorsports, it really kind of came to an even bigger head last night with him at Lernerville.
Yeah, and then obviously Larson doing both dirt and asphalt, other guys doing it as well. But I think they're all there to see Brad Sweet. I don't think they're really there to see Dale Jr. and Kyle Larson. But nonetheless, I saw Dustin Jarrett's photos. It was a massive crowd. Hopefully they had enough pizza rolls for everybody, because I don't know if they did. That place was just filled to the rafters.
It was absolutely packed. It's cool. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was there too. He works with us a ton. The Cars Tour on Flow as well. We'll continue that in 2024. 2 classes tonight at Tyler County Speedway. Should be pretty quick. Suave, why don't you take us through that running order tonight at Tyler County?
Well, we got super late model hot laps. I know Rigsby wants super late model qualifying to be hot laps. We're not doing it yet this year. Got modified. Studio break to give us our analysis of what's going on before the opening ceremonies. We got super late model heat races, modified heat races, and if necessary, which we will, we have 28 cars, I think, or 29, so we will have B mains for the super late models, modified B mains. Then it's featured time for both classes, and then we got the post-race studio show, which is we're still having Devin Moraine on, right?
Yes, Devin Moraine will join us.
We'll make sure we get him on.
Yes.
Get him dialed in. So
yeah,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, Devin joining us back. He couldn't make it Fairbury. Obviously, the show is live there. Drivers in attendance, so we just hit the 30 mark, actually. 30 super late models. So as of right now, still 3 heats and 1 B main. Garrett Alberson, JD, Dennis Erb Jr., Mikey Marlar, or Mike Marlar, as people used to call him, Tim McCready, Hudson O'Neill, RTJ, and Logan. You say Roberson. I always said it, but he says Roberson.
I'm going Roberson.
It just looks like Roberson.
Yeah, it's Roberson.
That's some local guys, too. Kyle Hardy, Corey Lawler, Ryan Montgomery, Drake Troutman. Derek has had a pretty dang good year, actually. I think I tweeted earlier this year, Drake Troutman is going to be a thing. Dalton Wilson, Jacob Hawkins, and Brandon Weigel, the 47W. So
we got some other notables, Tim Dome, Freddie Carpenter as well.
Yeah, so. Tim Dome. So some West Virginia boys in there. You got to have that West Virginia
flavor.
Did
we ever find out to confirm that Fast Freddie really won the 50-50?
I'm not allowed to speak on that at this time.
Just making sure.
I've heard rumors that Fast Freddie was a 50-50 winner at Eldora, but I cannot confirm nor deny that.
That's all we're going to go with that.
Okay. Derek, you're too young to recall this, and you've probably seen pictures, but Tyler County back in the day, that press box didn't even used to be a press box. It was like an old lean-to shack that they had up there. John Watson, Cody, the entire Daniel, that entire group of folks that helped Tyler County. Derek, that facility has come a long way since 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 when I started going. Their booth and suites and VIP, it's actually pretty nice there, Derek. I've seen photos. They've done an amazing job there now.
Yeah, we were talking about the name of Tyler County. It's obviously right there with the top 25 dirt late model racetrack names, but it is definitely still up on the up and coming. That place has improved so damn much. It's a nice, beautiful, gorgeous facility, and it just keeps getting better and better.
Ben Shelton and Dustin Jarrett join us from that exact spot I was just talking about right now. Boys, how are we looking in the great state of West Virginia tonight?
Well, guys, I tell you what, the weather has cooperated. And the weather's cooperated and really and truly turned into a very nice night here, Ben. Earlier today, honestly, we were a little concerned. Mother Nature, I want to say, threw us for a curveball, but some of the weather models showed rain happening today. Some of them didn't. There was a light mist in the air off and on. But, hey, we are in. We're going to get this thing in. Sun is out. Guns out. We got a nice field of cars in the pits, too.
No, I mean, we do. And we got here earlier. It was raining. We didn't know what to expect. And coming down from Pittsburgh, there was rain up and down the interstate. But you're right. It's turned into a beautiful afternoon. And we thought we might be in the mid-20s. I'm going to say this. You told me I think we'll get to 30. You said that a few days ago. And lo and behold, we're at 30. And this is, this is an interesting group of drivers. I'm not going to say eclectic. Yes, I am.
Yes,
eclectic.
You are. Yes, you are. That's
a
shock for somebody.
Pancho Lawler's son, Corey, his first time ever here, brand new Rocket XR1. Dennis Erb hasn't been here since 2018. Bobby Pierce hasn't been here since 2018. And then, you got the veterans when you come here, the Jacob Hawkins, the Steve Weigels, your own relative. Now, is there going to be nepotism? You have a relative racing tonight.
I do
be
have
honest.
relative racing, yes.
All right.
And no, I would not do that. It's all balls and strikes, right?
Well,
When
I tell you what.
Yes, my
Great.
cousin Brian Baumberger. Yeah, this is one of those regions where I don't know that we put it on that same pedestal that Rigsby talks about as maybe the Brownstowns back in the day or that Winchester Hagerstown circuit. But this region over the years, this Mid-Ohio Valley area, has had some really strong local and weekend warriors over the years, and that still holds true today with the guys that you just mentioned and some of the others that are here also.
Well, and talking about some of these regional and some of these what you would deem to be local guys in the pit area like Kyle Hardy, Ryan Payne, Cody Rogers, Mike Benedum, of course, Tyler Carpenter, the last car in the pits right before the drivers meeting.
Of course,
all is normal.
yes, that's right.
Fast Freddy's here, Travis Brown in the pit area, Brian Baumberger, as we talked about, your relative, Jacob Hawkins, always one to watch, that CJ Johnson, number 37, and you go down the list, Henry Hornsby, Colton Burdett. You never know if you're going to get Colton because of his work schedule. So having him here tonight, Brandon Weigel, who, by the way, in his first super late model start did what?
He made the Hillbilly 100, yes, in the 47W.
And then guys like Shane Hitt, Tim Dome making his second start of the year.
Isn't that crazy?
I love it. And then, of course, Robertson,
yes.
Logan Robertson. Michael, don't listen to Derek. It's Logan Robertson. But, yeah, just so many great ones. Trey Watson. This is going to be a fun field. The national guys, the regional guys, and we're going to mix it up for $23,000 plus to win tonight, DJ.
Absolutely. On a quarter-mile bull ring, it's just, I joked earlier with you guys, said it's a house DJ build. Play on James Essex's own comments about Brownstown, but I've probably attended more races here at Tyler County over the years than any other racetrack I've been to, and it's got a special place in my heart, guys, but it's one of those quarter-mile bull rings. There's no escape. It takes you. I was talking to one of the drivers in the pits earlier. It only takes about 7 or 8 laps to get into lap traffic here. And, Ben, that's what a lot of folks come to see, man. It's like jets in a gymnasium or 3 wide on the racetrack. Leaders are playing a high-speed game of cat and mouse, and you never know what's going to happen.
Well, there's one way to find out. We hope that either if you're not on the way to the racetrack now, you're going to be watching live at FloRacing. Right now, we're going to throw it back to DJ. Play again. DJ and Ben are here. We're going to throw it back to Derek and Michael back in the FloRacing studios back in Bloomington, Illinois, as we get set here tonight. Round 9, Castrol FloRacing Night in America.
Suave, I don't know if you know this or not, and thank you, of course, to Ben and DJ. You like that Harvick shirt? Not that I was going to say, but the guy had the Harvick shirt on there.
Hey.
It's your guy.
Harvick's my boy, even though he's eliminated on his final season for the playoff hunt. But, hey, great career for Kevin Harvick.
I was going to say this is the part I didn't know if you knew or not the Harvick T-shirt guy. We always think of Tyler County as the home of the Hillbilly 100 now, right? It's had it for many, many years. Do you know when the first Hillbilly 100 at Tyler County was?
Well, it's the oldest race in America, like big race.
Yeah,
So
it didn't start there, though. I'm going to give you a little heads up that it started, of course, at Pennsboro. It didn't start there. Do you know when that? Don't be researching over
I'm
there.
not.
This is a question I'm asking you.
I'm going to go 1981.
1998.
Oh,
First
so-
time the Hillbilly 100 was at Tyler County Speedway. Your winner that night, Electric Steve Shaver, the Vienna, West Virginia native. Derek,
Shaver for president.
How about
I
the
love
top 3 that night, Suave? Donnie Moran and your guy, Rick Auckland, third that
Fargo.
night in the Easy Crusher number 12
Mike Kessinger
car.
was on his feet cheering for a victory for Rick Auckland, his boy.
This is something that the deep dive late model people will appreciate. How sexy was that black Rick Auckland 12 with the yellow kind of greenish yellow 12 on it? How awesome was that car?
It was a badass car. Ran a lot of Summer Nationals races there for the mid-90s. And then he went to the, 10-10-220 there for a hot minute.
Right.
So
That's
that still makes me laugh that 10-10-220 was in dirt late model racing.
I think this is the perfect way to send it to another commercial break is a 10-10-220 reference that I did not think we would have tonight. When we get back, Derek and I discuss the 6-0 gambling night that I had at Fairbury, and Logan Robertson has been clarified will be in Derek's Castrol Fast 5. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Hey, race fans, if you like fantasy sports, you're going to love Fantasy Dirt Track Racing on DirtDraft.com. With over 500 events each year covering all the major series, you work on earning points that can be spent in the speed shop for everything from tickets to events, streaming subscriptions, different experiences, t-shirts, hats, backpacks, you name it. There's a ton of stuff available in it. How do you earn points? It's simple. Each race, you have a $100,000 salary cap, and drivers are valued based on their performance. Better drivers cost more, and drivers that are struggling, well, they cost a little bit less. You need to pick 5 drivers staying under that $100,000 salary cap and then hope they all make the field feature, and they all finish up front because your team is competing against hundreds of other teams picked by players just like you. Points are awarded based on where your combined team finishes, so if you're up front, you get lots of points. If you're bringing up the rear, well, hey, at least you get a few points for your effort. The best part is, not only are you vying for a win each race, you're also competing on season-long leaderboards and mini-series, official series championships, and more, all to win actual trophies and awards. You gotta get your team locked in before the first heat race starts, and then it's game on. Visit DirtDraft.com or download the Dirt Draft app today.
Shepard has a knack for winning big money races. He does it again with the win. $53,000 richer. For the ninth time this year, it's the O Show in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. For the rocket ship, Brandon Shepard. And Brandon Shepard takes the $15,000 win.
MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
The fastest growing name in the motorsports industry is the Racers brand of safety gear and apparel. Winners wear K1.
Out of Fayetteville, North Carolina in turn number 1. Davenport now trying to bottom us. Out at turn number 2. Plenty racy here tonight. Smooth as silk is this quarter-mile bull ring. Off at turn 4, Davenport for the lead. Down the straightaway. We've got a new leader. It's Jonathan Davenport. Trying to become a two-time winner of America's oldest dirt late model race. 1 lap to go for Jonathan Davenport. Out at turn number 4, down the pack straight away. Dalton Wilson. Out at turn 4. Davenport gets it done here tonight in Tyler County.
You were watching Castrol's FloRacing Night in America. That, of course, a clip earlier this month, I guess I should say, Swaff, from the Hillbilly 100. Jonathan Davenport kind of getting back on track with his season. Dalton Wilson snake bit again in a Lucas Oil race. And you saw it there a little bit. If you're familiar with Tyler County, you know that it is known. It's just known for being dusty. And I mean really dusty. And obviously in the sport of dirt track racing, Suave, dust is not exactly a friend. But the Watson family has kind of embraced it. In Tyler County, I don't want to say it gets a pass on being dusty, but it's certainly, you take it and you put it in the charming dusty category, and people all over the country kind of know about it, and they kind of accept it at Tyler County.
Hey, you just get used to it, buckle up. I know when we did some video casts when I first started, we always showed those photos of guys wearing helmets, people wearing goggles,
suits, yeah.
maybe wearing a beer box, like the game Asshole back in the day. So
God.
yeah, who knows? A lot of people had some different things to make sure they can get dust, but hey, it's all right. It's a good racetrack.
We
so
were talking
it doesn't
about
matter.
Rick Auckland earlier, and I had to do this. I ran over and found my Rick Auckland diecast that was just right under. Kane, go to the aerial shot there, just right under where the main screen is on the opposite end here. It's just right under there where it sits, just to the right of the Flow F, just right there, sitting right next to a Bobby Pierce diecast. So, of course, I pull out this number 12 that I was referencing.
And the best 12.
And Suave, of course, had to pull out his number 12, which he feels, of course, is the best number 12, Kevin Weaver. So there's not a lot of shows in America where you're going to get a Rick Auckland and Kevin Weaver 12 off, and you get that on Castrol FloRacing Night in America. Don't forget, Dirt Draft is back this year as the presenting sponsor of our gambling segment. You'll recall Dirt Draft, the #1 fantasy racing app on the planet. Play against thousands of other race fans each night. Have your lineup set, Derek. 5 drivers. Get them locked in before the first heat race, and new subscribers receive a free T-shirt when they use the promo code FloRacing. Promo code FloRacing, free T-shirt. Derek and I, And it got ugly when we did this last time at Fairbury. It's $50 a bet, 6 bets a night. Kate, why don't you show us quickly?
You have a lot of 10, 10, 220 money for phone calls.
Kate, show us quickly. Yeah, there it is.
Ugh.
I am plus 300 after going 6-0 at Fairbury. Just a straight ass kicking that I gave Derek.
You got
winning all 6 bets.
$900 on the table. I got a chance.
Yeah, you got a little time left there. What do you think went wrong at Fairbury, if you had to guess?
Let's see. Garrett Smith causing Huddy O'Neal to get junked. There's one.
So you're flat out blaming Garrett for your gambling debacle.
No, I'm sure Pierce would have won, but let's see. My local guy Winger, he got beat out because apparently you can pick who was yours that you were saying that was Shirley or something.
No, it wasn't Shirley. We can go, but you have the ability to veto my picks, and you didn't veto that night
because
I'm
nice.
Oh, please!
I know. Hey. That's all right.
My guy was.
I've owed more money to other people in my life for gambling, so I have a chance. Positive vibes only.
Let's take a look at tonight's 6 bets. First up, fast qualifier. I have Hudson O'Neal, of course, Rocket House Car team in their home state tonight. Bobby Pierce hasn't competed there since 2018. Feel real good about this one. Huddy over Bobby. Superstar bet. This is a big one. JD, fresh off his Hillbilly 100 win. Derek, you've got RTJ.
Yeah, RTJ. I kind of forgot JD won the September race, but I'm going to go with Ricky Thornton Jr. He's on a hot streak. I got the 2 hottest drivers in the country. Surely I can win one of those bets.
We'll see. Non-superstar, I've got a West Virginia native and Jacob Hawkins. Drake Troutman. I always struggle.
Bullring. Pretty good. I think he's gonna be good.
I also like the photos Kane chose here. It's the arms off, right? The arms on
Hawkins.
Arms action, right? The classic get these guys in the trailer.
First cousin to Joel Rogers. So.
Is that right?
Yeah, just nice little link there in the community.
Now this one's big tonight. Yellow flags, Derek. I think you've got a shot. We lowered it all the way to 4.5.
About time I get a nice
odd. We lowered all the way to 4.5 because I don't think we're going to have a lot of yellows tonight. 3 heats and a B. I think you're going to be in really good shape. Your winner tonight. Will tonight be the night Dalton Wilson gets his win? Look at Big Perm. Look at Sporty.
Got second at the Hillbilly. I think he's going to qualify well. I think he'll have a good, he'll be up there.
I like the full body shots. We might need to start using these every week. I kind of like the way Dalton looks. A badass there.
He looks badass. Marlar looks mad. But how about his emotional win at the CJ Rayburn? Just tears and all in victory lane there.
He's a Rayburn guy.
I know, it was awesome. It was great.
And then, of course, the 6th and final bet is our averages bet. We take the average of all those, minus the yellow flag. And, of course, that's how I take Derek's ass. We will keep track of where we are at the end of the night. You can't go 0-6 again, right?
No, I won't. Guarantee book it.
All right. That was embarrassing. Hopefully tonight won't be. We're going to take our final commercial break back with Kevin Kovac about 15 minutes away from Hot Laps at Tyler County. You're watching Castrol's FloRacing Night in America.
We're the leader in race fuels. We've been doing this since in the 60s.
We use our distillation tower, which is unique. No other race fuel companies do that in the world. We also test every single batch that goes out the door on over 15 different parameters that ensure the tune-up will be identical.
That consistency in the marketplace that makes us a premium brand.
Make the same stuff every time. We're pretty darn close to perfect.
Introducing the latest technology in the racing industry, Spring Rhythm. Spring Rhythm is an app that can replace a spring smasher, giving you access to the same information the fast guys are using to stay ahead. The app tells you where to set your coilover nuts to hit your install loads and tells you the dynamic loads that the car will see in travel. It also simplifies adjustments at the track, giving you the information needed to adjust loads without taking the shock off the car. Spring Rhythm has been rigorously tested to ensure accuracy. There's no excuse to not be using Spring Rhythm.
Located in Parkersburg, West Virginia, Dave Poske's Performance Parts is the premier parts store in the Ohio River Valley, housing all of the world's top name brands in motorsports. Dave Poske's Performance Parts is also home to Octane Race Products and Hoosier Tire Ohio Valley. And rest assured, we have what you need to get you on the track and into victory lane. Ordering is fast, easy, and simple, and can ship directly to your doorstep. Visit Dave Poske's Performance Parts online at Posky.com or give us a call at 1-800-430-RACE. Dave Poske's Performance Parts, serving the Ohio River Valley and racers across the country since 1978.
2 down the back straightaway. Bloomquist to take the lead. Lake is back out. Pearson second, Davenport third, Shepard up top out of turn 4, 0, leads lap 1. Now JD to the bottom. The top 2 of the Lucas Oil points, first and second out of turn 4 at heavy lap traffic. Bloomquist on the bottom, Davenport to the top. The crowd comes to its feet, Davenport takes the lead. New leader Davenport, here comes Earl Pearson Jr. Earl Pearson Jr. closes on 0-1. The caution is out. Caution is out, Dustin. Scott Bloomquist is going to lead every lap here tonight at turn number 4 to win the Hillbilly 100.
That, of course, the 2016 Hillbilly 100. Suave Derek, or Scott Bloomquist, rather, wins back-to-back Hillbilly 100s in 2015 and 2016.
In what world was JD not leading after that? That was before the 3-car rule.
Yeah,
I
it was
think.
bad.
So I'm
bad.
sure Rick Schwally, that was way back when. I don't even know if he was he even race director in 2016?
Yeah,
or series director?
maybe getting right about that time. Yeah,
so either way,
about that
somebody
time.
got yelled at, which is, I feel bad. But yeah, I thought maybe JD had the lead there in 2016. But nonetheless, the Hall of Famer Scott Bloomquist gets her done.
We're about 13 minutes away from hot laps. Derek and I love these central time zone early starts for us, right? When the shows are in the east time zone, we start earlier over here. I mean, it's the afternoon still, Derek, and we're in the studio doing the show. Let me ask you that, actually. Do all big shows now need to be single class shows? Like we're 100, of course, Dream, like PDC, North South. Should we have any support classes at all for those now?
Oh boy, I don't know. Open a Pandora's box for your event, Rigsby. For one of your events.
I just want to hear your thoughts.
I'd say if you're consistently getting over 48, then yes.
Ooh,
but
wait, 48. I was gonna say like 60 is the cutoff.
Okay,
but,
60.
Okay,
60. I was being nice. Okay, over 60. You're welcome. Consistently, I don't know. But it depends. If you can get your late model feature show on the track by 9:30 or 10 on that final night, then I think it's okay too, or get done by 10.
A lot of tracks struggle with that time. And also, I think some tracks are going to tell you we need the other class for the racetrack, right? We need to work, we need to use the other class. So, I don't know. Maybe a thought for down the road. Some of these.
Here, well, I'll ask Matt Curl that, see what he says.
Yeah. Please text Matt Curl. Kane, it's time for Todd Turner's nightly insight from the racetrack we're at. These are the best part of the show. No offense to the racing. Todd Turner's thoughts on Tyler County. Over the last dozen seasons, Kyle Thomas has the most top 5 finishes at Tyler County in late model division. Derek, I don't think many people probably would have guessed that, right? They would have guessed a Hawkins brother. Speaking of, Jacob Hawkins has at least one $4,000 plus late model victory at Tyler County every season but one.
COVID,
in the last
they couldn't race hardly,
7 years. That's right, during COVID. Tonight's race marks the second time in as many years that Tyler County is in action beyond Labor Day. Just the 5th time in more than 20 seasons. They always end with the Hillbilly 100, always. So thanks for the Watson family for squeezing us in tonight. Zach Dome won his first steel block late model feature at Tyler County as a rosy-cheeked 19-year-old Suave all the way back in 2008, and one driver apiece. Each of the last 3 seasons has won back-to-back super late model features at Tyler County. Sean Jett, Kyle Thomas, and of course the aforementioned Jacob Hawkins. Some interesting notes on the bones of Tyler County there. I love all of those. Thank you so much, Todd. Then he's got a Hillbilly 100 full screen, which I think this is going to surprise some people. Most feature starts among 18 Hillbilly 100s contested at Tyler County. Derek, would you have had Corey Conley topping that list?
I was going to guess Steve Shaver, honestly, but he's second. So or Bloomquist, because he's probably been to every Hillbilly. But yeah.
And then you look at it, Conley, Shaver, Benendum, West Virginia, and then a Florida guy, and Earl Pearson Jr., Rick Auckland, Derek. I mean, Rick Auckland, think about how long it's been since Rick Auckland has raced. He's still 5th on the list of guys with most feature starts in the Hillbilly 100. Jason Covert texted me as well and said, I've got some great Rick Auckland stories. That's pretty neat to see Auckland still up there.
Jason Covert shout out, too. Like, I never thought that. Yeah, but Rick Auckland, just have been like, especially in those 90s and early 2000s, he was everywhere, obviously, and that's stood the test of time right now.
Yeah, it's a cool list, all the way from Corey Conley on top to Freddie Smith there on the bottom. Very great job, Todd. Appreciate that. As he always does, the one and only Kevin Kovac will join us now for the final few minutes of our Castrol pre-race show. Kevin, we're going to save the Lions-Packers smack talk between you and Derek for the post-race show later tonight. First off, Kevin, I say the words Tyler County Speedway. You say what, Kovac?
The first thing I think of you did talk about dust, but I'm going to say those twisty, turny roads going up to that racetrack, it's like, other than maybe Tazewell in Tennessee, they got to have like the twisty and turniest like approach to a racetrack, like coming off of 50 all the way up north for the next, 30 miles, 40 miles, something. I mean, you're all over the place. You got to be careful with those haulers because, man, they could jackknife in there.
And I have seen haulers actually miss those turns, and I've seen them being towed out of those hills before. Kevin, my second question for you is a little bit off topic, kind of, but sort of pertains to tonight. Some guys missing tonight, right? Brandon Shepard not there, Tyler Erb not there. Guys just told me flat out we need some time off as we head into the championship chase for Lucas and the Outlaws. I get the sense drivers are more tired, Suave and Kovac, than ever before.
Sleepy.
What are guys saying to you? Are they more exhausted than they've ever been as we hit almost October in this dirt late model season?
There's tired. There's a gruelingness part of this that's been to this season, but I think I mentioned talk to you a little bit like in that at Fairbury, the last Castrol race, it was in between, like the Eldora and Knoxville. They were tired out after Eldora, but I didn't hear anybody complaining to me that they were so worn out they couldn't go walk another step or anything. I think personally they look much more tired at Volusia, the last few nights of Volusia at Speed Weeks, than at any time of the year. I mean, that's after how many weeks of 3-4 weeks on the road, and like you're racing almost every night. That's real. I think that's more than it is this season, just with the number of races. And I'm like, maybe the older guys might be a little tired out, but I think the younger guys are taking it pretty well.
Kovac working a Volusia mention in, no surprise. D-Swab, you go.
His favorite racetrack. So it's been 15 days since we last saw Bobby Pierce at Fairbury. He got the victory. 15 days is like an eternity. If you don't race, you're going to get lost in the shuffle a little bit. Obviously, he won so many races leading up to that Fairbury race. But
good question.
What can you expect from Bobby Pierce tonight after this little rest? Guys like Ricky Thornton Jr., they're taking the late model world by storm the last couple of weeks, winning these races. Can Bobby Pierce, continue get back that momentum he had prior to Fairbury?
Good question.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be I don't think Bobby Pierce is going to have a drop off here. I think he got his stuff back together. I mean, I think he likes to. I think maybe even winning. He likes to do some other things. Not just racing all 24/7 sometimes. So I think he probably took a little time, kind of recharged here. I think it's probably been good for him. I think especially his father too. I mean, let's not forget about his father, who's just, by the way, happy anniversary, him and Andrew 30th anniversary the other day. But he's not a young spring chicken anymore either, and he's trying to keep up with his son Bobby running all these races. So I think Bob loves it, but I bet you it's probably helped him get a little recharged, for this stretch run of the season too. I bet you he would say that also. Like, I liked being at home for a little bit.
Yeah, he also still has like 21 starts left to go the rest of the season.
Right,
so
and it's October.
That will push him over 100. So he's got plenty of races, like you mentioned, Kovac Rigsby.
Kovac, give us your final notes. 60 seconds, 2 minutes here. Final notes before we head out to Tyler County.
You talk about how many starts that Bobby Pierce has. I just wanted to mention, I look at the 5 drivers who have won Castrol races this year, and look at the number of starts. Those guys are all like major league, run a lot of races. I mean, you got Ricky Thornton Jr., 93 starts. Bobby Pierce, he's run 82 starts. Hudson O'Neal, 84. Dennis Orb Jr., 88. Mike Marlar, only 70. I mean, that's a lot of starts. I mean, there's a trend there, I guess. You win Castrol races. I mean, you're going to be a guy that gets a lot of races in. And one more thing on Bobby Pierce. Remember that one race, he's only run one time at Tyler County, that 2018 race. Hillbilly went to Dunn Benson team, finished 17th in that race. So he doesn't have too much to go on here going into this tonight's race.
Now those are notes. That's how you give notes right there. Okay, that's a pro giving notes right there.
Yes, and also Kovac, did you get my things I requested for stats? So for later on.
Oh.
Well, that's a little. You got to give me some time there.
Okay.
A little bit.
let the man cook.
Okay, he's cooking still. I like it.
Mathematics too. He's asking me about average money won and average finish. He's asking me about mathematics, and that's not. Writers don't like math.
Yes,
he's a philosopher, not a mathematician. All right, Kovac. We'll see you on the post-race show where you can get all the Detroit Lions talk in you want later tonight. Okay. Suave, we're about 3 minutes away from hot laps. Final thoughts before we head out.
So I tweeted it out today that just because it came on my memories. Let's see here. Hold on. That Ricky Thornton Jr. has $593,000 more winnings at this point than last season, which is a definite pay raise. I mean, nearly $600,000 is crazy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, since this point last year. So quite the impressive run here. And I'm kind of ready for this home stretch with those two guys because Ricky Thornton Jr. is battling for Lucas, but people forget that Bobby Pierce can win 3 national championships this year. So if he gets that done as well, it's going to be a very tight finish to the for those two drivers.
Wow, that is
$593,000 more at this point.
That's about your pay raise from in the last year or two.
Close actually. I'm like half that maybe, but I'll take it.
A couple notes I've got. Both Ben has stole one note I've got, and Kovac the other one. I had in here Bobby Pierce's last appearance 2018. Well, maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't. I mean, this guy's a 9-point lead in Castrol right now, right? These guys behind him raced here less than a month ago. I think that's a storyline worth watching tonight. Well, Bobby can run any bull ring, sure, but I think keeping the fact he hasn't been there in 5 years is going to matter a little bit tonight. Also, Derek Diniserve Jr. has not raced at Tyler County since 2018. Also interesting. Tim Dome, second start of the year. How is it possible Tim Dome has only raced twice this year? I know business is good, but kind of wild on that. You noticed that Ben said earlier the sun has come back out. Now, I will say this. I was hearing from the track prep crew all day, and I'm checking right now a little bit the conditions as I can see the racetrack. The sun not all day, rainy, overcast. They had a little bit of a rubber problem at the Hillbilly 100 back in September. I think the track prep folks have told me, hey, don't worry about that today. It's been overcast. It's been cloudy. It's been raining. I think they feel it's going to be better tonight, Derek.
Hey, add more water, right? Mo water. As I always say. And then Bobby Pierce, 17th place at the Hillbilly 100. So didn't have great success back in 2018. But I'm not worried about my boy from Illinois. He'll be good. He'll be fine.
Sure, Hudson's out qualifying him, though, tonight, I think, right? I think we can.
Perhaps.
Isn't it funny that you said 15-day break? That feels like it. Since then, Ricky Thornton Jr. has swept the Knoxville Nationals and won the Jackson 100.
Yeah, he's done pretty well
in
since,
that stretch.
Just when Bobby was creeping up saying a little argument like, okay, maybe he can get it done. He's the number one driver, and then nope, Ricky Thornton Jr. capitalized.
Unanimous.
Bobby Pierce sitting out.
Yeah, It's unbelievable. Well, it is a gorgeous night, as you can see now in northern West Virginia. We've got Ben Shelton, Dustin Jarrett, and Blake Anderson will be your dynamic threesome, your announcing team all night, and bring you every single lap. Derek and I will be back here in the studio, bouncing in and out a few times. Also, thanks to our good buddy Walkopedia, Brian Walker, for watching. We appreciate that. Derek, he called us the best studio show in America.
Could be the only studio show in America, so I'll take that.
We will be back after late model qualifying. Until then, enjoy Castrol FloRacing Night in America from America's baddest bull ring, Tyler County in West Virginia.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. It's great to be here as the Castrol FloRacing Night in America late models are starting to make their way to the staging lane for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. I do want to remind the folks that are on the grounds, again, there is no standing at the fence anywhere on the facility. So if you're on the front side or back side, either one, you must have a seat in the grandstands. There is no standing along the fence on the front side or back side, either one, here at America's baddest bull ring. Ben, we're up to 31 super late models in the pits, and man, oh man, this is a good field.
Well, it is, and they just continue to trickle in today, and that's even with some guys we thought we might have that we don't. So 31, I think last count around 26 dirt car modifieds here tonight. So it's going to be a fast-paced, moving show. And again, just a really fun field of Castrol FloRacing Night in America super late models. So far, this will be round 9 on the year. We've had 5 winners in 8 events. And 12 winners in 26 events all-time for Castrol FloRacing Night in America. DJ, do you know where the first ever mini-series race was held for the tour?
I do know where the very first mini-series race yes, that's right, race was held.
Where was it?
Right here at Tyler County.
Right. Back in April 2021 on a cold, misty day.
I was just going to say it's about 20 degrees warmer today.
Who won that night?
Cly Larson?
No.
Oh.
Jonathan Davenport, our inaugural season champion. He and Tyler Erb, who's watching on TV tonight, didn't make it out. They had a battle for the lead. Larson was in the fold that night, but no, it was Jonathan Davenport who went on to win the inaugural season championship as we've got cars starting to roll their way to the speedway. And the first driver to come out will be the Terry Supper Racing entry out of Fairmont, West Virginia. That's Ryan Montgomery, the Close Racing Supply, K2 Engine Supply, Clements Powered Capital for Ryan Montgomery.
Chris Southern behind him, the Good Hope, West Virginia driver in the K2. First full year in a super late model for that driver in the K2. And behind him, Ben, a guy that's had a really good season this year, now calling Winchester, Virginia home.
That's right. Kyle Hardy, 16 wins on the year. The Clements Racing Engine Rocket XR1. The Harry Shipe Motorsports entry tonight, sponsored by Poncho's Racing Products on the 00 for Kyle Hardy, now hailing out of Winchester, Virginia.
Speaking of Poncho's Racing Products, that's Corey Lawler behind him in the 93. A few other drivers on the track. Derek Stefanik, the Waynesboro, Virginia driver, and that good-looking number 65.
Love that car.
Yeah, you and I had a chance to talk to him in the pit area a little earlier on this evening. The 47W, that'll be Brandon Waggle, the former Crate Late Model track champion, making his second appearance in a super late model, the 47W. He made the Hillbilly 100 earlier this year, or actually earlier this month, and behind him, Ben, is his dad, Steve Waggle, the 5-time Tyler County Speedway track champ, 3 in a super late model.
Yeah, some people would report it only 3, but the facts are that he's a 5-time champion.
That's right.
Yes, the Waggle Farms, DAC Energy, Jenkins Auto Parts, Hickson Power under the hood here tonight, that Rocket XR1, and he finished second in the track standings in 2023. As the first green flag of the night is out on Dirt Draft Hot Laps from tonight, the Bullring, Tyler County Speedway in Middleburn, West Virginia. As getting these race cars dialed up, 31 here tonight. They'll get them tuned up and ready for Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying that will come up shortly. As getting laps on the racetrack right now, you see on your screen Ryan Montgomery, the Fairmont, West Virginia driver in car number 4. And again, rained a little bit throughout the week. Definitely rained earlier today. Not just terrible, but we have had a little bit of rain here and getting the racetrack rolled in.
I was going to say there was a light mist in the air. Really, there's been kind of a light mist in the air off and on for the last 72 hours or so. It has finally, thank you for sharing your password with me, and I think that I added a letter to it as you shared it with me, so thank you.
Yeah, well, that didn't help you then.
It did not, no.
All right, first wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps in the books as they'll head back to the pit area, and we'll get set to bring the next wave out. 31 Castrol FloRacing Night in America super late models on the property. And coming out in the next set, that'll be Ricky Thornton Jr., current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader, and looking to continue to climb the ladder in Castrol standings. Currently 4th in the standings. That's SI Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Clements Power to Longhorn. 32-time winner this year is Ricky Thornton Jr. And he's trying to get to the drop races because right now he has not got to the point where once we get to 10 races, you can start dropping with your 11th. He actually missed a show earlier this year. On your screen, Henry Hornsby III out of Beckley, West Virginia. 1 win on the year. That came at Beckley, the Bradley Car Wash Pro Power Longhorn number 39H.
Try it again, Jake Hawkins.
You can do this. I believe in you.
Thank you. I got too many buttons up here. Jake Hawkins, your 2023 topless, or about to say topless winner, topless 50 champion. Had to come from the tail to do that, and that's CJ Johnson Motorsports number 37. He'll be followed by the driver of the 58. That's going to be Garrett Albertson out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, and the Ken and Beth Roberts Racing, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Clements Powered Longhorn.
And how about the new look behind him?
The new old look.
I love
for
that.
the fastest ponytail out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, going old school with the ProTech Auto Sales sponsored C4. It is Fast Freddie Carpenter, and Ben, he'll be followed by the reigning World of Outlaws Series champion.
That's right, Dennis Erb Jr., first time here since 2018, 4-time winner this year. McBride Mack, Ideal Ready Mix, Clements Powered Rocket XR1, and riding right behind him in car number 5, the 2023 Elkins Raceway Track champion. That'll be Shane Hitt coming into your living room right there. The Leggett Motorsports, Jenkins Farms, Hitt Enterprises, TKS Contracting, Vic Hill Powered Rocket XR1 for Shane Hitt. And one more on the speedway in the middle of the back straightaway. Mike Benedum out of Salem, West Virginia. The BSI Well Service BlackRock Enterprises Clements Powered Team Zero race car for Mike Benedum. Your next wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, go green.
Benedum, the former track champ, former track record holder, the Bristol Bullet. Formerly out of Bristol, West Virginia, moved just up the road to Salem, West Virginia. Get live timing up for you here shortly. There it is. Well, we've got it in front of us anyway, or we're getting it. There we go. Ryan Montgomery, yes. Yep. 12:433. Fastest driver right now. I talked to Ryan Montgomery a little earlier. Of course, that team was in a Rayburn for a long time. They switched over to Capital and asked him how the how the switch to Capital had gone. He said, man, I'm really liking that race car. He said, I love Marshall Green and working with everyone down there. He said, I think we got a really, really fast piece for Tyler County this weekend. He said, but I got to go out and lay down a good qualifying lap. And Benny's off to a good start, at least now with Dirt Draft Hot Laps. We'll see if he can parlay that into a good qualifying run here in just a little bit.
Yeah, Ryan Montgomery had topped the Dirt Draft Hot Lap board so far. He saw Freddie Carpenter on your screen, 5th fastest overall. Again, this means you got a good car to start the night, but you've got to go back to the pitter and get ready for Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying, and that'll set the 3 heat races tonight as the next set of cars make their way out. It'll be 3-time winner out of Waynesboro, Virginia, Logan Robertson, the Masters built Randy Clary Racing Engine, Broadneck's Shaker Motorsport, Gunners Honey, Clary's used cars number 89 for Thug Nasty, Logan Robertson. And behind him in car 39 and DJ's blind spot, that'll be T-Mac Timmy McCready out of Watertown, New York in car 39, the Baylor Motorsports Mega Plumbing and HVAC entry, 5th in the series standings with Castrol FloRacing Night in America, also 5th with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia, in the Axis Custom Decals Dome Cycle Shop, Tim Short Auto Group sponsor number 16. That's going to be Tim Dome. Again, Tim Dome out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia, former podium finisher in the Hillbilly 100. Behind him, back in his own wrap, the 31, that is Travis Brown. Of course, he ran for a few weeks, ran that Sam Irvin throwback number 37. Brown out of Jacksonburg, West Virginia, back behind the wheel of his own wrapped number 31, or the Irvin Racing, the Jackson Irvin Racing number 31. Colton Burnett behind him in the 44th, former Hillbilly 50 winner. We've also got the number 1. That's the New Deal, Hudson O'Neal, currently 2nd in the Castrol point standings. Your reigning World 100 champion, Speltler, West Virginia's Cody Rogers on the back straightaway in the 22. And coming out of turn number 2, rolling down the back stretch out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, he's a 2-time Gateway Dirt Nationals champ. That is Tyler Carpenter. Tyler Carpenter in the 28, and those are the drivers on the session for this 3rd wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps.
This is a fun field tonight. This is a really fun field. Racetrack's got some character to it after picking up some good old Mother Nature the past few days off and on, and it's going to be fun to watch here tonight as Dirt Draft Hot Laps continue. Get your Dirt Draft lineups in. If you have not already, get those lineups in and use promo code FloRacing. You'll get some cool discounts.
But is that Blake?
Hey,
Blake Anderson. Hey,
Hi,
what's
guys.
up, Blakey?
Well, Tyler Carpenter tonight, just his 4th ever appearance with Castrol FloRacing Night in America. Series best finish, 6th here at the opening round of the opening event of the series back in 2021. Hard to believe. Been 3 years. This will be towards the end of the 3rd season since the start of Castrol FloRacing Night in America.
Blake dropping the knowledge bombs right out of the gate. That's late model Blake down in the infield, and they were joking last night. They had sprint cars Shelton up at Lernerville, so that's fun. Blake, glad to have him back with us, doing a great job. And Tyler Carpenter, hey man, we started the party here back in 21. Glad to have him in the house. He's going to be a contender tonight as well. As you see, the driver that did lead the points until Fairbury had a little mishap there with Garrett Smith. Hudson O'Neal, he currently 2nd in the standings, 9 points out of the lead behind Bobby Pierce as he works through turns 3 and 4 here at Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And just good to be back here at Tyler County Speedway. That's a cool shot right there with Logan Robertson looking to the inside of Tyler Carpenter as the checkered flag drops on that set. Looks like so far nobody getting to Ryan Montgomery, though, who came out in an early set. Good lap there. So Tyler Carpenter not showing up on that set, so we'll check his transponder. It just didn't update on the...
I don't think it updated on ours, maybe. Maybe that's what it is.
You know, sometimes internet can be a good thing. Okay, okay.
No.
There we go. Now
Okay.
we got it. All right, back on the farm.
One more group, Ben. They're going to be led out by the current Castrol FloRacing Night in America points leader, current World of Outlaws Late Model
you
Series points
almost
leader. Yeah, I know.
just went
I
left
think
the
my chair
ballpark.
finally triggered there, the recline on it. That's the smooth operator, Bobby Pierce,
Wow.
behind him. Multi-time winner this year. Just picked up another win at Bedford Speedway over the weekend. That is Drake Troutman.
His 100th career. How about those apples?
Yeah, at 18, at just barely 18 years of age. Yeah, the
Not
Hyman, Pennsylvania driver.
Shabby. Behind him, car number 18, Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. The Longhorn by Wells, Clements Racing Engine, Ratliff Racing, MGL Auto Cells, Keltner Construction entry as he rolls through turns 3 and 4. And DJ, You know this gentleman.
I do know that. It's my cousin. Yes, this is the driver out of the second-generation driver out of Jacobsburg, Ohio, in the Titoy Racing Glessner Group Elite Heating and Cooling sponsor number 32B. It's Brian Baumberger, the 2022 track champ here at Tyler County, and he'll be followed by a young man that got his first ever super late model win here back in June. That is going to be Ryan Payne out of Pennsboro, West Virginia, in the 12R.
And the 157, that'll be Mikey Marler out of Winfield, Tennessee, 8th in the series standings, 10 wins on the year for the driver of the Delco Equipment Sales, Bill Stein, Clements Powered Longhorn, and final driver in this set, the inaugural champion and the inaugural winner of a Castrol FloRacing Night in America event, and that came here back in 2021, Superman Jonathan Davenport. He's got a Cornet Lightning power plant under the hood of the Longhorn number 49 tonight. The Nutrient Ag Solutions Fast Shafts, Dyna-Grow Seed, Lucas Oil Products, ASC warranty, number 49, a 13-time winner is Superman Jonathan Davenport, and he enters tonight sitting third in the Castrol FloRacing Night in America standings, also third with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Jonathan Davenport, of course, you mentioned, Ben, two-time now Hillbilly 100 champ, getting that win here earlier this year, getting around Dalton Wilson to do it. Jonathan Davenport get himself another win here this evening. Maybe he's a guy that you'd like to put on your DirtDraft.com fantasy team. Did you send a lineup tonight? No, you did not.
I was trying to find $10 bills in the pit area for change for the entry fee.
And you were unsuccessful with that also. We had to get a bunch of fives instead. I sent a lineup, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to. You were ragging on me earlier because I'm only 239th or something. So see if I can improve on that here this evening. I choose my home track. I should, right? I should be able to do well.
You
should be able to do well.
Well, I do believe that is going to wrap up Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And Ryan Montgomery, unofficially fastest time in Dirt Draft Hot Laps.
With a 12.433.
Yeah, not too shabby. So they're going to head back. They're getting ready for Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying, and that'll set the 3 heat races tonight for the Castrol FloRacing Night in America late models. Meanwhile, the Dirt Car Modifieds, they sit in staging.
Yes, they do.
And we're going to get set to bring that your way momentarily.
So 26 UMP Dirt Car Modifieds are signed in here this evening, and the voice of Tyler County Speedway will join us on the broadcast here momentarily. My good friend, Mr. Steve Davis. And Steve, we have got a solid field of Dirt Car Modifieds rolling out on the track. They're going to be led out by the former track champion, the 10S. That's Chad Smith. KC Burdett out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, in the Central Star Drilling sponsored number 44, Brian Clegg, one of the regulars in the 83, and Jaden Ritchie in the 77, going to be the first quartet of drivers on the track for this hot lap qualifying session. So they'll get one lap to get the cars up to speed, and then they will be on the qualifying clock. I believe Jesse Wisecarver with a 13507 is the modified track record holder here at Tyler County Speedway, and my good friend Steve Davis joins me on the broadcast. Steve, good to have you here, my friend, in a solid field of Dirt Car Modifieds in the pit area.
Feels like homecoming every time we see you, Dustin.
Yeah, it's always good to be here, Steve, as always. And I tell you what, it's a huge tip of the hat to John and Cody Watson and Daniel Patterson and the entire promotional team here for sticking their neck out and putting a $23,000 to win late model show on a Wednesday night in September.
Yeah, the Mother Nature was not helpful either this week.
No.
But we are ready to go qualifying. A nice field of UMP Modifieds here with us tonight. As I mentioned, Parkersburg, West Virginia, the home of the 44 KC of KC Burdett. The 83, Brian Clegg, is out of New Martinsville, West Virginia. The 77 is young Jaden Ritchie out of Coolville, Ohio. The 10S is the 2022 track champion, Chad Smith. He's out of Sardis, Ohio, as they will run 2 qualifying laps and exit the track immediately. Chad Smith, the fast time thus far on lap number 1. So Casey Burdett will be the fast time of record. The KC44 car turned in a lap of 13.856 around the high bank quarter mile. Chad Smith second in the 10S with a 14.658. And Brian Clegg in the black number 83 car, I believe only the second time out with that car, turned in a lap time of 15.191 to complete your top 3 qualifiers. Next 3 cars on the track. Number 8 up is Sonny Leak, a local driver nearby Alma, West Virginia, being his hometown. The 21 car is James Swensky. James calls Lost Creek, West Virginia home. That, for a lot of you race fans, you'll remember when the Superman, the original Superman, Rodney Combs, was his hometown. Tyler Stutler is the number 14 car. And the 11 car out there is Sean Donahue, I believe. Or no, I believe that's Jason Brennan. Jason Brennan in the number 11 car. Jason out of Zanesville, Ohio. So your new third fast qualifier is Tyler Stutler. His lap time of 15.037. Sonny Leak in 8 up is 5th quick with a 15.222 circuit. Jason Brennan 6th fast in the 11. His lap was a 15.423. And James Swensky in the 61C is what it's on our score, 21C tonight with a 15.900 is 7th fast overall. Justin Hart out of Moundsville, West Virginia, will lead our next group on the track, the Ford-powered entry, with the Flying WV on the sail panels. The 10S is Kyle Bond, a third-generation racer out of Coolville, Ohio. He is best in his family, as he was 3 generations of racing. He's the first one to pick up a feature win, besting Grandpa Ronnie and his father, Larry Bond, and Uncle Andy Bond. The 17 is Lance Elson. Lance out of the Wellsburg, West Virginia area, that in the northern panhandle. As they get ready to go qualifying, I believe we're waiting for one more car to make its appearance on the track. And here comes the number 9 entry. That is Gunnar Benz. Gunnar Benz in the 9. And we're ready to go qualifying for 2 circuits in our third group of UMP Modifieds. Justin Hart campaigning the Ford-powered number 16 car you see on your TV right there. He is a regular weekly competitor here at America's Baddest Bull Ring. And an all-around nice guy. Makes his living pushing dirt during the week. And there's the 10 of Kyle Bond. Kyle, once again, out of the Coolville, Ohio area, third-generation racer, who's picked up a win here earlier this year. Has had a very good season this year, multiple wins at multiple tracks. Bond now the second fast qualifier in the 10 with the lap time of 14.530. Lance Elson, that 17E car, is 4th quick with a lap time of 14.826. And Justin Hart, a very good run, 5th fast now. His lap time of 15.011. Gunnar Benz is 10th quick with a 15.870. Your next group will come to the Speedway. I believe it will be led out by the 7 of Josh Farmer. And I'll stand corrected. He should be in this group. The 22's Doug Carson. They call him the Godfather, as he is owner of multiple race cars and also has the Carson Motorsports shop located not far from the track. He's from Sistersville, West Virginia. 37 is Brandon Patton. Brandon out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. The 11 car, that is Sean Donahue in that entry. Sean out of Stewart, Ohio. And the 37 on the back straightaway as Sean Donahue climbs the banking in 3 and 4 and comes underneath the flag stand. He's made contact. Obviously, a very strong car, by the way, as he sails into turn 3. The 37 right behind him, or you see him on your screen, That is the always exciting Sean Jett. Sean is the 2023 track champion here in the UMP Modifieds with multiple feature wins. He drives that car for one of our Hall of Fame honored drivers, Sam Irvin. Sam, once again, a Hall of Fame driver, car owner, and more here at the track. And that paint job was reflective of when he was honored with that Ring of Honor. They went with the paint scheme, surprised him, the crew and driver, with the paint and lettering on that car. Next car out, the number 18, that's Travis Thomas out of Alma, West Virginia. Also a Ford engine car, hand-painted lettering on that entry. I'll have to shout out to my brother who's probably listening out there in TV land somewhere. But he has had a year that is improving. He barely is able to make it this week, had to make car repairs. Behind him, his cousin, the 7, is Danny Thomas out of Friendly, West Virginia, and the yellow entry. Danny always competitive here at America's Baddest Bull Ring. Behind him be the number 5, that's Bobby Bagley. Bobby just his second year behind the wheel, and we have a spin in turn 1 and 2. Bagley just the second year behind the wheels, we were saying, in that Parkersburg Plumbing Supply sponsored entry. A family-owned car, Dad Bobby and Bobby the son, father and son team. And we had a caution for the 53 you see on there. That's Tyler Spencer. Tyler, one of the Sport Mod division cars on a regular basis here, has a feature win this season at the America's Baddest Bull Ring. Finished top 3 in points at the end of the year, and so he's going to give it a ride tonight here with the Open UMP Modifieds. As Travis Thomas really slinging that car into the corner. See something hanging underneath the car as they had to make some rather serious repairs this week, and that might be a portion of where they were working at. Bagley brings the number 5 underneath the flag stand as we complete our latest group of qualifiers. About 2 more groups to go. As Sean Donahue in that 11D is in the top 5 now. Donahue's time of 14.793. Danny Thomas in 7 is 7th fast. That's 14.843. Right behind him, Sean Jett, the 37 car in the previous group, is 8th quick with a 14.860. Travis Thomas in the 18 is 11th fast. 15.048. Bobby Bagley in the number 5 car is 12th quick, a 15.130, his lap of record. Tyler Spencer in the 53T, 17th quick overall, 15.818. Your next group on the track, the 28 you see on the screen, that's Jason Brookover out of Washington, West Virginia. Jason had laid out of racing for a good many seasons, but come back this year with a vengeance. Has a win in Kentucky earlier this year at a track called Mudlick. That number 14 entry you see on the speedway is Dalton Lane. First appearance here at America's Baddest Bull Ring for him. You see that car on your screen right now. The 59 is Chris Thomas, a local racer out of Alma, West Virginia, in the John Thomas owned car. And the 07, second generation driver, his son out there earlier, Kyle Bond, that is Larry Bond in the blue 07 entry. And there you see it on the track now. Larry, a former late model driver, very successful in the Mid-Ohio Valley. I think a time or two he's tried to retire, and someone keeps pulling him out of retirement and putting him in the seat of their race cars. Larry, quite a notable driver in the Mid-Ohio Valley area. Fast in that group was Jason Brook over the 28 cars, 5th quick overall with a 14.729 lap. 07 of Larry Bond is 12th quick. His lap was 15.047. So as we get to the end of qualifications here, it's Casey Burdett, Doug Carson, Kyle Bond, Chad Smith, and Jason Brook over your top 5. On the track now, the 599, that's West Union, West Virginia, Stephen Dotson. Behind him, the number 14 car, which I believed to be Dalton Lane. This might be Dalton Lane here. as we have a pair of 14s here tonight. And that is Byron McVeigh in that 14 car. That number 11 car is Isaac Dennis. He's a third generation driver rather as well. He originally from the Lowell, Ohio area. Grandfather Bruce and father James, also successful racers. James still active somewhat. So Dustin helping me out here, as he's always been known to do every year. What driver did you say was in that 14?
Well, I believe it's signed in as Paisano, comma goggles.
Yes,
that old Italian anyway.
That old spaghetti vendor. As that'll conclude, I believe we got one more car to qualify. As I see setting in the chute, that's Josh Farmer out of Beverly, Ohio. He was way out of line here, and evidently maybe just able to make it to the line just now, but he will be the final qualifier in our UMP Modifieds, and then we'll turn the announcing duties back over to Ben and Dustin as they get ready to run the Castrol late models here. Good looking line that Farmer's had. I believe this is a new car for him this week. He campaigned another car earlier this year, and maybe just shaking the bugs out of this one right now, but he's right up on the cushion where he wants to be. Tyler County Speedway, kind of a D-shaped track, very little straightaway in it. The back stretch is a big sweeper. The front straightaway, about the only stretch you'll have is maybe 35 yards down the front straightaway. And Farmer's time will not crack the top 5. He is 21st quick. His lap time is 15.681, so the top 5 remained unchanged tonight. Casey Burdett, Doug Carson, Kyle Bond, Chad Smith, and Jason Brookover, your top 5 qualifiers of the evening. Stephen Dotson, the 599, is 6th. Sean Donahue, Lance Elson, Danny Thomas, and Sean Jett, your top 10. So, Dustin, it sounds like you're going to get ready to go to work and get busy. We'll put Dustin and Ben back online. That's here right. And get rid of the amateur hour here.
Look at that. You got the butt. You got it nailed, Steve. You got it down.
Well, you can only go 2 ways on that. It's red or green. It's kind of like a traffic light. But I'm glad
you are living proof that you can teach a
monkey how to turn a light on.
Oh man. We're going to step aside here real quick. Super late model qualifying coming up next.
Relying on racing stripes to boost your car's performance? That's not confidence. Sporting the mother of all mega spoilers? That's definitely not confidence. Relying on Castrol Edge to unlock maximum performance? Now that's confidence. It's 3 times stronger than the leading full synthetic, with 10 times better high temperature performance. It's confidence in a bottle. Castrol Edge. Maximum performance. Maximum confidence.
Established in 1983, FK Rodens has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name, and we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodens.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rodens, to beat the best, you gotta use the best.
And Octane, all sponsors on that race car, and joining them on the speedway. That'll be the K2, last car in the pit area today. That'll be Chris Southern out of Good Hope, West Virginia. These two drivers on the clock as we get, as Southern kisses the wall down in turn number 1. Hello, new paint job, as we're underway in Sunoco Racefield's qualifying. We will have times in just a second. Good old internet as we go. The T2 car, K2 of Chris Southern, his first lap.
There we go.
There we go. Now we got it.
Trey Watson with a 1.3869 on lap number 1. Chris Southern is 14.122. Trey Watson second lap better, 1.3611. And the second lap time on Chris Southern is better, 1.3520. We are back. So Chris Southern, the Good Hope, West Virginia driver, lays down the early time to beat at a 1.3520.
Up next will be Ryan Montgomery out of Fairmont, West Virginia. The Terry Supper Racing, Close Racing Supply, K2 Engine Central Supply, Bomax Equipment Company, Clements Powered Capital Race Car. And we joined him on Speedway by Corey Lawler, making his debut here in the 93 out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. And it's going to be the 00 of Kyle Hardy out of Winchester, Virginia, 16-time winner this year. The Harry Scheidt Motorsports, Kyle Hardy Racing, Ponchos Racing Products, Rocket XR1, Clements entry for Kyle Hardy.
Drivers getting one lap to get their cars up to speed, and now the 4S of Ryan Montgomery going to come around to complete his first lap. Good lap, top of the leaderboard, 1.2732 for the Fairmont, West Virginia driver. Kyle Hardy going to bring the Scheidt Racing 00 off corner number 4, fourth quick, 1.3624. Ryan Montgomery second lap better, 1.2572. And
I think Hardy's going to get one more lap. Yeah, we're going to think, I believe. Is that right, Brad? One more lap. Yep, one more lap for Kyle Hardy in the 00 race car. 16-time winner this year. Biggest win, a $15,000 payday up at Winchester Speedway in Virginia.
Yeah,
or down, I guess. I don't even know.
where he has recently moved to. Yes, this is one of a couple cars that he's been behind the wheel of this season. Hardy going to come around now. Will officially be on the qualifying clock for his second lap. His first lap time, fourth quick out of Fort Bend with a 1.3624. He's going to improve by over a full second. Ryan Montgomery's early time to beat is 12.572.
Kyle Hardy flirted with the steel guardrail over in turn 3.
And he does improve second quick. Good lap, 1.3499 for Kyle Hardy. So Ryan Montgomery, Kyle Hardy, Chris Southern, Trey Watson, your top 4.
Up next, it'll be Corey Lawler out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, the 93, and the 47W of Brandon Weigel out of Middleburn, West Virginia. There's Corey Lawler, the Dryden Engine Oils, PPC Lubricants, Kaufman's Auto Clinic, Kaufman Motorsports, Ponchos Racing Products, Propeller Racing Engine, Rocket XR1, the 21-year-old out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, and the 47W, his second super late model start of his career tonight. 6-time winner this year of the Scott West Racing Specialized Asphalt, the Jug Restaurant and Ice Cream, Swift Spring, Schaefer Oil, and Stack Products, all sponsors on that Mullins-powered Rocket XR1 for Brandon Weigel, who in his first ever super late model start made the Hillbilly last month, or earlier this month, I should say.
Yes, he did. This is only the second time behind the wheel of that race car and of a super late model. Corey Lawler, fifth quick on his first lap, 1.3792. And Brandon Weigel, second quick, good lap, 1.3425 for the second generation driver out of Middleburn, West Virginia. Second lap time for Corey Lawler, a little better, going to be fifth quick, 1.3575. And Brandon Weigel's second lap time is a little better, 1.3408. They're still chasing Ryan Montgomery. Montgomery, the only driver in the 12-second bracket after 6 cars with a 12.572.
Up next out of Middleburn, West Virginia, will be Steve Weigel. We just saw his son Brandon and Derek Stefanik out of Imperial, Pennsylvania. Steve Weigel second in the track points this year in the Rocket XR1. Hickson-powered Weigel Farms, DAC Energy, Jenkins Auto Parts, TRE, and Octane Race Products car number 75. A 5-time track champion here. And Derek Stefanik in the 65. The Pennsylvania driver in the Forbes Field Garage, West Mifflin Collision, DG Manufacturing, Bob Walters, Powered Longhorn for Derek Stefanik. Love that look on Stefanik's car.
Absolutely. Steve Weigel going to come around and complete his first lap. He goes second quick, trumping his son Brandon, 1.3371. Derek Stefanik, eighth quick after 8 with a 1.3823. We'll see if Weigel has anything for Ryan Montgomery on lap number 2. And his second lap is not quite as good. 13.5 flat, 1.3500. And Derek Stefanik with trouble on the 65 on lap number 2. He will stand on a 1.3823. He'll be eighth quick after 8. Ryan Montgomery, still the only driver in the 12-second bracket with a 12.572.
Up next will be Garrett Alberson out of Las Cruces, New Mexico in the 58, and the 37 of Jacob Hawkins out of Fairmont, West Virginia. Alberson, the Nutrient Ag Solutions, Fast Shafts, Dunright.TV Solar, Sunoco Race Fuels, Romer Machine and Welding, Mesilla Valley Transportation, and Lucas Oil, Clements Power to Longhorn. One-time winner this year is Garrett Alberson, and Jacob Hawkins in the 37, the C.J. Johnson Motorsports, Middletown Homes, Megacorp Logistics, Melvin's Auto Transmission Service, J.J. Farms, Cash Cabins, all sponsors on the Durham-powered Rocket XR1 for Jacob Hawkins, this year's Topless 50 winner right here at Tyler County Speedway.
Came from dead last to do it after spinning on lap number 19 to the driver of the 37, Garrett Alberson, second quick, good lap, 12.917. Jake Hawkins, third quick with a 1.3013. We'll see if either of these two drivers have anything for flying Ryan Montgomery. Alberson's second lap time, not as good, 13.060. He'll be second for the time being. Second lap time for Jake Hawkins is better, not good enough. He'll stay third quick with a 1.2980. Hawkins third, Alberson second. Ryan Montgomery still at the top of the leaderboard after 10 cars.
Up next, it'll be Freddie Carpenter out of Parkersburg, West Virginia in the C4, and Mike Benedum out of Salem, West Virginia in the 25. Fast Freddie in the Pro Power Racing Engine Kryptonite chassis, sponsored by Burwell Motorsports, Chatham & Son Tile, the one and only Shock Saver, Capital Automotive, and Gates Trucking, all sponsors on that C4 for Fast Freddie Carpenter of a Stutler Motorsports entry, and the 25 car. That'll be Mike Benedum, the BSI Well Service, BlackRock Enterprises, CE Birchers Ranch, Clarksburg Mac, Slicker Graphics, all sponsors on Mike Benedum's number 25.
Fast Freddie Carpenter going to bring that C4 off corner number 4 down to lap number 1. Fourth quick, 1.3075. Mike Benedum, the former Tyler County track champ, off corner number 4. He's third quick with a 1.2947. Fast Freddie off corner number 4. His second lap time is not as good, 1.3144. He'll be fifth quick. Benedum looking to pick it up on lap number 2. He was third quick on lap number 1. His second lap is not quite as good, 1.3289. So Montgomery, Alberson, Benedum still your top 3 after 12.
Up next, it'll be Ricky Thornton Jr., the Chandler, Arizona native in the 20 RT, the 28 of Dennis Erb Jr. out of Carpentersville, Illinois. Ricky Thornton Jr. now residing in Martinsville, Indiana, 32-time winner this year, the SSI Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Dyno 1, Westside Tractor, Excel 4 covering, Big River Steel, Varsity Screen Printing, and Subsurface of Indiana, Westside Tractor, number 20, the Clements Powered Longhorn, and Dennis Erb Jr., defending World of Outlaws Late Model Series champion, the McBride Mac, Ideal Ready Mix, Tools Auto Sales, PRC, Kaiser Manufacturing, Integra Shocks, Clements Powered Rocket XR1, 4-time winner this year is Dennis Erb Jr., Ricky Thornton Jr., your current Lucas Oil points leader. Lap 1, DJ, survey says?
Top of the leaderboard, 1.2368 for RTJ. DEJ going to go fifth quick on his first lap with a 1.2967. Second lap time for Ricky Thornton, not quite as good, 1.2679. And the second lap for Dennis Erb Jr., also not as good, 1.3254. But RTJ, Ricky Thornton Jr., now to the top of the leaderboard with a 1.2368.
Up next out of Bradley, West Virginia, it's Henry Hornsby the third in the 39H, and the 5-star of Shane Head out of Buchanan, West Virginia.
Buchanan. Close.
Choice
Very close.
B.
Yeah,
yes.
either one.
Buchanan, West Virginia. It'll be Henry Hornsby the third out of Beckley, West Virginia. One win on the year came at Beckley Motorsports Park, the Bradley Car Wash, Henry's Radiator Shop, AAA Mini Storage Pro Power, Longhorn number 39, and the 5-star car. Making his way out, Shane Hitt, the Leggett Motorsports, Jenkins Ford, Hitt Enterprises, TKS Contracting, High Point Construction, Dirt Car Lift, Vic Hill Powered Rocket XR1 for the 2023 Elkins Raceway Track Champion, Shane Hitt.
Henry Hornsby the third, seventh quick on lap 1 with a 1.3034. Shane Hitt ninth quick, 1.3340. See if either driver is able to pick it up on lap number 2. Henry Hornsby brings a familiar family 39 off quarter number 4 down to a second lap that's a little better, 6th quick, 1.2979. And Shane Hitt, the former four-wheeler motocross racer, ninth quick. He improves a little on lap 2, Ben, 1.3260. 16 drivers have attempted a lap. Ricky Thornton Jr., the time to beat it, a 12.368.
Your two-time defending Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, Tim McCready, T-Mac out of Watertown, New York in the 39, and the 31 of Travis Brown out of Jacksonburg, West Virginia. Tim McCready in car 39, the Paylor Motorsports, Mega Plumbing and HVAC, Mega Electrical Services, Bill Stein, ArmsList.com, Racing for Heroes, Speedworks, Lucas Oil, Integris Risk Solutions, Cornet Powered Longhorn. 5-time winner this year is Tim McCready, and the 31 of Travis Brown, 5th in the track points here this year for the West Virginia driver, the Jacksonburg Pit Stop, Bristol Hill Angus, Firefly Insurance Brokers, and Palmer's Funeral Home, all sponsors on the Mullins Cummins-powered Rocket XR1 for Travis Brown.
Timmy McCready goes to third quick. Bent good first lap, 1:2.671. First lap for Travis Brown, 11th best, 1:3.363. McCready needs to gain 3/10 on lap 2. And he'll wheel at Halor Motorsports 39 to the line. Second lap's not as good. He'll stay third quick. Second lap was a 12:993. And the second lap time for the 31 of Travis Brown was 1:3.365. He was 2/1,000ths off his first lap. 18 cars have attempted a lap. It's still RTJ top the leaderboard.
Up next will be Logan Robertson out of Waynesboro, Virginia, in car number 89 in the 6T of Tim Dome out of Charleston, West Virginia. Logan Robertson, the Randy Clary Racing Engine Masters Built, Broadneck Shaker Motorsports, Gunners Hunting, Clary's Used Cars, Pro Fabrication, Blue Ridge Treescape Service, Hoosier Tire, Dynamic Drive Lines. Car number 89, the 6T of Tim Dome out of Charleston. Play again. Out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia, the Tim Short Auto Group, Dome Cycles, Daggett Reynolds, Poske's Octane Vicule Powered Rocket XR1, only his second start of the year for Tim Dome.
It's actually very close to Cross Lanes, West Virginia.
Yes.
Waiting for the live timing to update in front of us, just as those of you are at home as well. As Dome going to cross the line for his second lap. The 89 of Logan Robertson did as well, and just as soon as we get those up, looks like Logan Robertson a 12.834. That would unofficially put him fourth quick. And we will wait for the time on Tim Dome to register. Ben, 20 cars in the books. RTJ 12.368 the time to beat.
It'll be Parkersburg, West Virginia's Colton Burdett up next in the 44, and the one of Hudson O'Neill in car number 1, the Martinsville, Indiana driver, Colton Burdett. The Dimmitt Accounting, Go Lithium, AccuForce Dynos and Testers, Swift Springs, Schaefer's Oil, Ford Ice Heavy Equipment, JDS Racing, Skinner Race Wraps number 44. Meanwhile, out of Martinsville, Indiana, your 2023 World 100 winner, that'll be Hudson O'Neill in car number 1, the Valvoline VR1 Racing Oil Performance Grading, Stoiber Calf Wrenches, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Ace Motorworks, Gunners Honey, Durham Powered Rocket XR1 for the 14-time winner, and second in our series points, Hudson O'Neill.
So Colton Burdett and Hudson O'Neill, the two drivers on the track, once again just waiting for their times to populate. Ricky Thornton Jr.'s lap to beat is 12.368. Ryan Montgomery currently second quick, and Tim McCready third. And it looks like Hudson O'Neill goes to sixth quick in the Rocket 1. 12.946. A 12.946 for Hudson O'Neill.
All right, up next, it'll be Cody Rogers out of Spelter, West Virginia. The Rogers Racing, Bear Contracting, Hard Rock Powder Coating, Ace Hardware, Dynamic Drive Lines, Pro Power Racing Engine, Rocket XR1, joined by Tyler Carpenter, two-time Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals champion out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. The Octane Race Products, Holdren Construction, Poske's Bilstein, Octac Group, and Aggressive Graphics, all sponsors for Tyler Carpenter's number 28.
White flag out for Cody Rogers in the 22. Will trip the trigger on his first lap, and the 28 of Tyler Carpenter as well. Again, RTJ Ricky Thornton Jr. 12.368 is the lap to beat Cody Rogers. 13.740 on his best lap. Tyler Carpenter 13.268 on lap number 1. Lap 2 for Tyler Carpenter is not as good, as we've got just a handful of drivers left to qualify. Ricky Thornton Jr., Ryan Montgomery, Tim McCready, Ben, still the top 3, 12.368 the time to beat.
Up next will be Brian Baumberger out of Jacobsburg, Ohio. And the Punisher Chassis, Ty Torg Racing, AccuForce Dynos and Testers, the Glessner Group, Elite Heating and Cooling, all sponsors on the 2022 Tyler County Speedway Track Champion. And the 157 of Mike Marlar out of Winfield, Tennessee, the Delco Equipment Sales, Bill Stein with Sea Valley Transportation, Can-Am Auto Salvage Capital Signs, Clements Powered Longhorn for the 10-time winner this year, Mike Marlar.
So Marlar on the clock. The 32B of Brian Baumberger on the clock as well. 12.368 by Ricky Thornton Jr. is the lap time that they're both shooting for. as Marlar will go 16th quick, 1:3.270 on his first lap. Baumberger 17th quick, his best lap, 1:3.283. And Marlar will jump to 6th quick on lap 2 with a 1:2.918. So Marlar 6th, Baumberger 17th. 4 drivers left to qualify. Ricky Thornton Jr. still the driver to beat.
Current points leader for the Castrol FloRacing Night in America. Up next will be Bobby Pierce out of Oakwood, Illinois. The Hoker Trucking, Massey Valley Transportation, Bloomington Normal Truck Performance, Carnegie Towing, Oakwood Tire Company, Toyota of Danville, Lake Tree Service, all sponsors on that Vic Hill powered Longhorn. And joining them on the Speedway, Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. The Ratliff Racing, Grantley Farms, ICS, MGL Auto Sales, Counter Construction, the Auto Outlet. Car number 18 for one-time winner this year, Dalton Wilson, getting down to the last few qualifiers in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying.
Bobby Pierce 4th quick on lap 1. Ben, good lap, 12.805. Dalton Wilson 6th quick, good lap for the Big Perm, 12.851. Do either of these drivers have anything for Ricky Thornton Jr.? Second lap time for Bobby Pierce, not as good. 13.299 will be 4th quick. Dalton Wilson jumps to 3rd fastest with a 12.645. Ricky Thornton Jr., Ryan Montgomery. Now Dalton Wilson, your top 3 with a pair of drivers left to go.
Actually, a trio. We got Drake Troutman up next out of Hindman, PA in the 7D, and the 12R of Ryan Payne out of Pennsboro, West Virginia. And Jonathan Davenport will wait in the wings. Drake Troutman in the RFI Resources, Wheeler Fleet Solutions, Schaefer Construction, Smith Transport, J. Dickens Powered Longhorn. 19 wins on the year for that driver and 100 career now. Ryan Payne out of Pennsboro, West Virginia. The Payne's Trucking Service, Barnes Trucking, Perkins Supply, Pro Power, Rocket Chassis. Number 12, 4th in the Tyler County Speedway track standings in 2023.
First lap time for the 7 of Drake Troutman is 17th quick, 1:3.139. Ryan Payne picked up his first ever super late model win here back in June. 25th quick on lap 1 with a 1:3.481. Second and final time around for Drake Troutman, the 18-year-old. And his second lap's not quite as good, 1:3.198. He'll stay 17th. And the second lap for Ryan Payne, also not as good, 1:3.872. He'll be 25th quick, and that means one driver is left to qualify.
Hello?
And it is, yes, is that your phone? Is that James' flip phone?
That sounds like James' flip phone.
It is your reigning Hillbilly 100 champion.
All right, Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia, up next. 13-time winner this year. The Nutrien Ag Solutions Fast Shaft, Steiner Gross C, Lucas Oil Products, AC Warranty, Mark Martin Automotive Group, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Bill Stein, VP and Midwest Sheet Metal, Cornet Powered Longhorn for Jonathan Davenport, 3-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, 3rd in the series standings for both the Lucas Oil Series and for Castrol FloRacing Night in America as he comes around for his first approach, final qualifier in Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying.
First lap time for Jonathan Davenport, 18th.
Well, that was not what I thought it was going to be.
1:3.250. Did I build it up a little much for you there?
A little bit.
Okay, we'll see what JD's got on lap 2, 1:3.250. 18th quick on lap 1. Lap number 2 is better, but he's still 18th quick, 1:3.199. So that's going to be interesting. JD, 18th quick. He is going to have to come from mid-pack in one of these heats. And Ben, that means unofficially your Sunoco Race Fuels fast qualifier is
Ricky Thornton Jr. in car number 20 RT with a 12.368 second lap out of Martinsville, Indiana. The SSI Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Dyno 1, Westside Tractor, Excel 4 Covering, Big River Steel, Varsity Screen Printing, High Performance Lubricants, Subsurface of Indiana, and Sunoco, all sponsors on that race car. Well, we're going to get the heat race lineups set. We're going to step aside, thank some marketing partners, and we are moments away from opening ceremonies here tonight. Round 9, Castrol FloRacing Night in America from America's baddest bull ring, Tyler County Speedway. You're either in the house or watching it all live on FloRacing.
Looking for a competitive edge at the track? Trust Sweet Manufacturing for top-of-the-line steering components. Since 1978, we are proud to be employee-owned and carrying on the tradition of quality racing parts. Our state-of-the-art CNC machines allow us to craft the best possible parts for your race car. Don't settle for second best. Let us turn your wheels and choose Sweet Manufacturing for all your racing needs. Find your competitive edge at sweetmanufacturing.com.
In the market for custom race shirts? Struggling with who to call? Look no further. Impact Race Gear's team of top-notch artists at Next Level Printing make it easy to see that Impact Race Gear has the right combination for simply awesome race shirts. We provide shirts and merchandise for the entire motorsports industry, from late models to sprint cars to modifieds, dirt or asphalt. Just take a look at the top drivers and teams that trust Impact. And it doesn't take long to understand why Impact Race Gear is the easy choice. Be sure that your fans, sponsors, and supporters get the products they deserve. When you need the best, it's got to be Impact Race Gear. Give us a call, 877-743-8337, or visit ImpactRaceGear.com to get started on your Simply Awesome race shirts.
MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looks so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
Introducing the latest technology in the racing industry, Spring Rhythm. Spring Rhythm is an app that can replace a spring smasher, giving you access to the same information the fast guys are using to stay ahead. The app tells you where to set your coilover nuts to hit your install loads and tells you the dynamic loads that the car will see in travel. It also simplifies adjustments at the track, giving you the information needed to adjust loads without taking the shock off the car. Spring Rhythm has been rigorously tested to ensure accuracy. There's no excuse to not be using Spring Rhythm.
Michael Rigsby and Derek Kessinger back in our Bloomington, Illinois studios as all prelims are complete from Tyler County Speedway tonight, including qualifying for all 31 cars. Derek's feeling pretty sporty about himself right now as his guys in the gambling
down
picks
250 now.
It's okay. It's a long night ahead, right? So just calm down a little bit. Kane, I believe we have that top 10 qualifying graphic. Quickly, let's look at that. RTJ Derek, Ryan Montgomery, who was way faster than anybody until Ricky Thornton came out. Yeah. Second quick overall. Dalton Wilson, your pick to win the night. T-Mac, Bobby, Logan Robertson, who we'll hear from in just a second. Garrett Alberson, Mike Marlar, Mike Benedum, West Virginia guy, and Hudson O'Neal, my pick for fast qualifier behind Bobby Pierce. A few surprises in there, including Ryan Montgomery, Derek, and Logan Robertson, although he's been good at Tyler County in the past. We did a race that Logan won one time.
Yes,
there.
You got Logan, I'm going to say Roberson, sorry. Dalton Wilson and Mike Benedum. This is what I like about this series, like when we go to different parts of the country, these local guys trying to show out against the nation's best. And right now, at least during qualifying, they're making some noise and flexing. Let's see if they can continue that momentum the rest of the night.
That's a perfect segue. It is that point in the night where Suave presents his Castrol Fast Five. Suave, right on cue. Who do you got tonight?
No, it's not Brandon Shepard's brother. They do kind of look alike. They have rosy red cheeks. Not sure how he got his nickname, but we're going to go with Thug Nasty, Logan Roberson for Castrol's Fast Five. He was a treat and a dandy. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Castrol's Fast Five for Tyler County tonight. I got my boy, Thug Nasty, Logan Roberson. Logan, it's pretty simple. The clock is starting. We have 5 good minutes. We're going to go from topic to topic. Maybe just loosen up a little bit. It's not going to be serious. We're going to have some fun with it. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I got to ask you, how the hell and who gave you the nickname Thug Nasty? Because I look at you. I'm not intimidated whatsoever.
Yes, you are.
I am.
So back in my days, I mean, I tear stuff up a good bit, but like when I was, I don't know, probably 20, I kept wrecking this car and I tear the roof off of it every single weekend. And I don't know why, like I wouldn't flip them or anything, but I just tear the roof off. So it's crazy. My car owners that own my car now, it was their roof that I stole from Master Built Race Cars, and it had Thug Nasty written on it. So I stole it, left it on there, won the next night, and the announcer called me that name. And, dude, it's stuck ever since. And I just think it's the most hilarious thing ever.
Yes, that is a great story because you won with Thug Nasty on your car, and then you got dubbed Thug Nasty. So I like it. Tyler County tonight, you've raced there a whole bunch, pretty close to the house, only a couple hours. We're going to have some new eyes watching the race just with Flo, just expanding to different genres where people can check it out. Describe what it's going to race like tonight. And is it that dusty?
No, it's not. That's what I was saying. Like people, they always say like from the fan point of view, it's like really dusty. You can't see. But like, honestly, legit, it's probably one of the most raciest places I'd go to. And that's why I like going there. Cause it's like, you could probably start, 20th and end up, leading, winning. I've started last there in the crate stuff before and run really good. I just like going because it's not one lane and it's just, I really like it.
All right, this season we talked beforehand has just been a whirlwind. It's been a crazy year. I feel like you've had like 3 or 4 seasons in 1 year. You started at Speed Weeks with some nasty flips. You've been running well, but to say the least, your first year full time in a super has been pretty monumental and very memorable, I guess.
It's very memorable. I mean, it's almost gave me brain damage. I've almost lost my life. It's tough, but no, we've run really good the last couple weeks, and it started out really, really rough, and we struggled, and then got through that, and then we start running better. So it all, it makes its full round on you and gives you a little bit of all the taste of medicine they have to offer.
All right, so what's like the biggest difference? Because plenty of people have, went from the crate ranks to super ranks. Give them some pointers. What's like the biggest difference? What do they need to know just in case they, make the decision to make the jump like you did this year?
Man, the biggest thing that I learned like doing this is like the preparedness of your race car, your tires, the people also. Like you've got to have 2 pretty much full-time crew guys to do this deal. And then like your adjustments. I mean, it's just like whatever you think you need to go 3 times that. And that's just, it's hard to process that in my head because I'm used to going just a little bit with the crate stuff, and with the super stuff, you've got to go like wholesale, and it's hard to get used to. It's tough.
This crazy whirlwind season we're having, like Ricky Thornton and Bobby Pierce, just those two, what are you seeing just like the outside looking in? Like anytime they unload, they've just been dominant.
So I beat Ricky in the heat race a couple weeks ago, and man, I was like, dude, this dude's on fire, and we just beat him in the heat race. I mean, I'm all excited. We ain't even got to the feature yet. So, no, whenever you can beat those guys in anything, I don't know. It's just like, some years you got people that have years like that, and they're just unbeatable. Their confidence is up, and they're, the number one thing in dirt late model racing is confidence, and both of those guys definitely have it, and they're hard to beat. That's for sure.
All right, Logan Roberson, 4, 3, 2, 1. You did it. 5 good minutes. Castrol's Fast 5 with Logan Roberson. He's going to look to defeat maybe Bobby Pierce and Ricky Thornton Jr. tonight. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Suave, you nailed one thing. No one has ever not matched their nickname more than Logan Roberson. He looks like a child character from a 50s sitcom is what he looks like.
He could be on like the Wonder Years as like an extra or like one of their friends. Yeah. But always a good interview, and he's had a crazy whirlwind season. Remember those nasty flips at Golden Isles to start off the season.
We are going to get it right back out to the track. We're going to try to push this show through tonight. Not really a threat of weather, but there could be later, so we're not going to delay a lot. It is race time in West Virginia. Opening ceremonies and late model heat races up next. We send it out now to Ben Shelton and Dustin Jarrett.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Well, we are just about ready to get underway with opening ceremonies here at America's Baddest Bull Ring. We'll have the first of 3 super late model heat races coming up momentarily. We'll also have 3 heat races for the UMP Dirt Car Modifieds coming up here momentarily as well. We don't have any cars in staging yet, just a heads up.
They're working on them. That's okay. Let's go ahead and just roll with them.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do opening ceremonies right now.
We're waiting. They're getting ready to start opening ceremonies. We need to roll.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the first late model heat race of the night, the drivers start making their way into the staging lane. We'll ask those of you here on the grounds at this time, if you are able to please rise and remove your caps. And we will first be honored with this evening's invocation, and for that, we'll turn it over to my good friend and track announcer, Steve Davis.
Thank you, Dustin. Please join me in prayer. Great and gracious Heavenly Father, our Lord and our God, we thank you, Lord, for the time that we are able to spend together in a country unimpeded, Lord, by the problems that so much of the world has to conquer over wars, strife, famines. You taking care of us, Lord, and we pray your mercies. And we pray those that are in power would seek your will and your counsel when making decisions. Help us to enjoy the evening, Lord, in the spirit of sportsmanship and friendship that would be pleasing in your sight and would glorify you. We ask for protection for each competitor, each spectator, each staff member and those in the pits. Lord God, be with our fire crews, our first responders, and our military, wherever they might be stationed all over the world, protecting our freedoms, Lord. Give their families a knowledge that you are in control of all things. Finally, Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for the saving grace through Christ Jesus that allows us to have an eternal life with you, with just accepting him as our Lord and Savior. And it's in his name we pray, Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Steve. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll direct your attention to Old Glory, just outside turns 3 and 4. We'll ask you to sing along for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. Jackson, baby, let's go. Well, we have got the first of 3 heat races staging at this time. We do want to send a big shout out to a few folks that have helped make this night possible. McClinton Chevrolet Mitsubishi. We'd like to send just a huge shout out to McClinton Chevrolet and thank them for their support of tonight's events and everything they do for racing. Of course, longtime sponsor at the West Virginia Motor Speedway. We'd also like to send a special thanks out to Sean Jett and Jimmy Edwards of West Virginia Landmarks for stepping up. They gave a $100 Fast Time Award in the Jenkins Auto Parts UMP Modified Division tonight to our fast qualifier, and that was, of course, K.C. Burdett out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. So he gets a $100 bonus courtesy of West Virginia Landworks and his fellow modified driver, Sean Jett and Jimmy Edwards. West Virginia Landworks, located in north central West Virginia with 20-plus years of experience. You can get a hold of them for all of your construction projects, including general contracting, excavating, concrete, commercial building projects, and more. That is West Virginia Landworks, Sean Jett and Jimmy Edwards.
Well, we get set now, and first and foremost, thanks to all those great sponsors that make all this possible. We're ready for Integra Racing Shocks Heat Race number 1 on the pole. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr. out of Martinsville, Indiana, the 20 RT, and to his outside, Tim McCready out of Watertown, New York, in the 39.
Second row back on the inside out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's going to be the 58. That is Garrett Alberson, and on his outside, out of Salem, West Virginia, it's the Bristol Bullet, Mike Benedum.
Row number 3 will be Jacob Hawkins out of Fairmont, West Virginia, the CJ Johnson, number 37, and to his outside, Tim Dome out of Crosslanes, West Virginia, in the 16.
Moving back to row number 4 on the inside out of Buchanan, West Virginia, we find your reigning Elkins Motor Speedway track champ. That's Shane Hitton on his outside. Out of Jacksonburg, West Virginia, it's going to be the 31 of Travis Brown.
Row 5 will be Brandon Weigel out of Middleburn, West Virginia, the 47W, and the K2 of Christopher Southern. Coming to us, the West Virginia driver out of Good Hope, West Virginia. And on the back row, Derek Stefanik out of Imperial, Pennsylvania. 11 cars, 10 laps, top 6 of the feature. Everybody else will head off to the Coltman Farms B main. This is Integra Shocks and Springs Heat Race number 1.
Top 6, right? You said
yes, sir.
We're going to take the top 6, and then we'll see how things shake out in the B main with provisionals, right?
Yeah, so basically coming in tonight, handful of drivers with perfect attendance. They still had a chance at provisionals. And right now, if they all get in, we'll take 4 out of the B main. If we have to do up to 2 series provisionals, then in that case, we only take 2 out of the B main. We'll keep you posted as the night goes. As Blake Anderson, welcome to your first time to Tyler County Speedway.
Oh, what a cool place, guys. And something to keep an eye on tonight. Bobby Pierce, 30 late model wins. The guy that set quick time tonight, Ricky Thornton Jr., 29 late model wins tonight. Can he get number 30? What an impressive season for both of those guys.
Well, and when you look at RTJ Blake, 29 late model wins, 3 micro wins. So, and he told me and DJ last week at Knoxville, he plans to make at least a couple of 410 sprint car starts next year. Let's go.
Don't tease me. Don't tease me.
He had a chance this year. I can't tell you who, but I bet you could figure it out.
Yep.
And
he told me.
Yes, and he decided, you know what, I'm going to focus on this Lucas Oil title. As we see Brandon Weigel having trouble in the 47W, stopped in an official over in turn number 4. But yeah, RTJ in a 410 wing sprint car. He's won in everything else, Blake. Why not?
He's run some non-wing 410 stuff. You know, it used to be a solid non-wing scene out in Arizona where he grew up. And boy, he's just an impressive race car driver. Having a season much like DJ, much like we saw at your second home, Iowa, just about 5 years ago in that modified.
Now, Blake, what I can't figure out is he has a second home in Iowa, but this is the house that DJ built, according to DJ.
He's worldwide.
Well, listen, when you get this kind of money, you can afford to have houses everywhere, I guess.
I don't know. The guy starting outside front row said he'd have to take a pay cut to take your job, and Tim McCready. So
that's right.
I don't know. Well, Blake, we'll be getting updates from you throughout the night as we are set to get Integra Shocks and Springs Heat Race number 1 underway. DJ, they're going to turn out the lights, and we're going to go 10 laps, top 6 to the feature. First of 3 heat races, Castrol FloRacing Night in America, round 9. Tonight, we're in the Mountaineer State, West Virginia. A beautiful evening on the side of the mountain. Bring us to the green flag in Heat 1.
Can't wait. They'll fire in the Schreff's hometown barbecue starting zone over in turns 3 and 4. RTJ on the inside, Timmy McCready on the outside, and Heat number 1 is underway.
And Tim McCready will go to work up top. Out of 2 down the back straightaway. Tim McCready to the lead. Ricky Thornton Jr. in second. Now Thornton to the inside of McCready as McCready bobbles through 3 4. Oh, but Thornton's going to go around, and he's going to get contact down the front straightaway as that's going to collect several cars, and we have got caution on the speedway, the Spring Rhythm caution, as Ricky Thornton Jr. and Tim McCready get together battling for the lead, and Thornton's got some decent body damage on the 20 RT, and man, some good race cars torn up on the front straightaway. Travis Brown's down there. We've got the 37 car sitting down there as well, Jacob Hawkins and Tim Dome. Wow.
My goodness. Damage on the nose of Ricky Thornton Jr.'s 20 RT. Well, let's take a look at the instant replay, your FK Rod Ends instant replay here, and see exactly what happened. I think you called it, Ben. 2 guys racing for the lead on lap 1.
Well, McCready had the lead out of 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Thornton gets a big run on the bottom. McCready gets over the cushion a little bit, and man, just 2 guys getting together, and Thornton goes around, and ouch, a lot of good cars with nowhere to go. And hard contact. Looks like Travis Brown's going to go off on the hook. Blake Anderson, you had front row seat for it down there. A lot of torn up race cars. What did you see from your vantage point?
Just exactly what you were explaining, Ben. From my vantage point, couldn't tell if there was contact just because they're so close, but boy, it just kind of looked like Ricky kind of got into turn 4, maybe a little bit hot, and around she went and took some big hits, but just taking a quick walk around the 20 RT car, and I think it's going to be okay. Obviously, heavy front-end damage you guys can see on that nose.
Yeah, the aerodynamics, this is a small racetrack, but the aerodynamics are not going to be the best on that race car. And Blake, as you make your way back to the infield, in front of you, Travis Brown on the hook, and it looks like Tim Dome, his second race of the year, is going to come to a very early end in the 6T.
Man, he told you and I in the pit area that, well, let's just call it the first race, because the first race this year didn't go well, and you hate to see that for Tim in his second race as well.
His first race was the Topless 50 at Ohio Valley Speedway earlier this year. Ben, here's one more look at that instant replay, and man, a lot of folks at home will be talking about this one and who was at fault or exactly what happened. You see McCready bobbled a little bit right there in the corner. RT thought maybe he had him cleared and slid up, but the 39 of McCready, he got that run. He got back on the gas. When he got back on the gas, the 20 RT had already washed up in front of him, and 2 cars came together, and that was the end result. And, man, that is not a good way for any of these drivers to start the night.
Well, things happen so fast on these bull rings, and, man, you hate to see the torn-up race cars, and You see Ricky Thornton Jr., the damage on the nose of that Coltman Farms Big River Steel, number 20 RT, and he's had quite the year as he just picked up another big win over the weekend up at the Jackson 100. Blake, down to you.
I was talking with Ray Cook, our technical director down here, obviously long-time late model driver, and he said Ricky Thornton Jr. going to be one to keep an eye on in this start because he probably doesn't realize how much that nose is lifted up on the 20 RT. And he said, might be something like I'm used to seeing on tacky tracks where that front end going to come up just a little bit.
Well, we're going to have another look here, another FK Rod-Ins instant replay for everybody watching at home on FloRacing. And out of the corner from the POV camera, and man, tough deal.
What would Randy Weaver say if he was here?
Randy go, well, what happened there, boys, is I'm going to tell you. Two guys, and they're both going to see it different. That's what Randy would say.
That's exactly what Randy would say. He's probably watching. He's probably going to text both of us right now. He's probably watching.
That front row was going to be a fun one to watch, too, guys. I mean, you look back to the Hillbilly 100, Ricky Thornton Jr. 4th, and Tim McCready 6th.
It was going to definitely be a fun one. Well, it's going to be fun when we come back. We're going to step aside, thank a few marketing partners. We'll be right back here to Tyler County Speedway here on FloRacing. Welcome back to Tyler County Speedway, round 9 of the Castrol FloRacing Night in America Tour 2023. And we've had a little chaos in this one. Now, what is interesting is we will see how Ricky Thornton Jr.'s car reacts after that. It looks like somehow that Jacob Hawkins is going to be able to continue.
That surprises me. It surprised me about both of them. I mean, RTJ's car got up in the air as well, and I believe it should be a complete side-by-side double foul restart.
Yes, by series rules, if you have a multi-car incident on the first lap, and obviously multi-cars are involved, you don't get the lap, it's going to be a double foul restart, and we're going to see if there's a lot of giving or a lot of taking. As you look at Garrett Alberson and Mike Benedum back there in row 2, they may have front row seats for this one, Blake. As we're going to come to the green out of turn number 4, Will Traviskin and Integra Shocks and Springs Heat 1, top 6 of the feature, 10 laps to distance, and Ricky gets on the throttle and RTJ to the lead, off into turns 1 and 2, now 3 wide for the lead.
Oh!
And I don't know that we liked that one, and we got one in the fence anyway in the 47 car of Brandon Weigel.
Yeah, Brandon Weigel jumped the cushion down there in turns 1 and 2, and he slapped the tail end of the steel with the right rear of that Scott West Racing 47W. Yeah, and he's Going to drive off. We'll take a look at the FK Rod Ends instant replay. That's him third row outside, Ben. You're going to see here on this replay that Waggle gets just a little high down in turns 1 and 2 right there.
Well, and you
see.
and
Benedum. Yeah, I didn't see yet.
Ouch.
Your laptop was in the road. I couldn't see Benedum's car. It's okay. We'll let it slide.
You're short. You can't see over it. Weigle's going to drop back to the pit area. Well, it's cloudy out here tonight, but it's probably a full moon somewhere because it has been that way so far in Integra Shocks and Springs Heat 1. Blake Anderson, you're going to have to talk to these guys, get them to calm down a little bit and see if the third time's the charm.
No kidding. I was impressed how well Ricky Thornton Jr.'s car handled going into turn 1. Didn't seem to push as bad as I thought it would. Also, another thing to keep an eye on, guys, Ricky Thornton Jr. 4th in Castrol FloRacing Night in America points. Tim McCready 5th, so a little points battle on the front row as well.
Yeah, as we get closer to those drop nights, once we get 10-plus events in the books, well, let's see if the third time's a charm, DJ, because the first two have been kind of ugly. Integra Shocks and Springs Heat 1, try 3. And let's at least get a lap in, boys, off into 1 and 2. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh,
as McCready
man.
and Thornton a little beating and banging, and now Thornton up over. He'll fall back to 5th. And the Christmas card list won't even exist after tonight at the rate we're going as Garrett Alberson leads lap number 1.
When you got to wonder how much of that might have been hurt feelings from the original incident, how much of that were just simply cars not handling well. Let's look at the run. Shane Hitt gets down the back straightaway on Tim McCready about for second. Out front, the 58 of Garrett Alberson, but man, it is a hornet's nest behind him with the 39 of McCready, the 5-star of Shane Hitt, the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr.
Well, right now, Thornton Jr.'s car looks like a hungry hippo with that front end up in the air. Out front, though, it's Garrett Alberson. Oh, hang on to it, and Jacob Hawkins goes around. That's going to draw yet another spring rhythm caution here in this one as he spins around down in turn number 4.
Yeah, he got on the inside of, might have been Mike Benedum down there. It was the inside of either Benedum or the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. as whenever he did that, made contact with him, and that just kept the tail end of the 37, or actually sent the tail end of the 37 on around. Here you're going to see the 37 of Hawkins. He dives in the bottom here. He's going to make a little bit of contact right there with Benedum, and he goes on around as a pair of Mountaineer State drivers making contact, and the end result is Jake Hawkins spun, pointing the wrong direction over in turns 3 and 4. So unofficially, we've got 2 laps scored. 2 laps down, 8 to go. Is that 3 laps down?
3
okay,
laps
there you go.
to go. Sometimes when you come to West Virginia, you got a little connectivity issues with the old mobile devices. We're working on it. We're getting there. Good. So we do have 3 laps down, 5 to go. Blake, how are you doing in the infield?
I'm wonderful. What an opportunity for Garrett Alberson. He hasn't won since Boot Hill in March.
With the Comp Cam Series.
Yes.
Bonnie Adams Memorial.
Tonight would be going for his 14th start with the series. Career best of 3rd twice. Lincoln and the opening night of Sonoy a year ago. So can you get on the podium for the first time of the year? It'd be a front row starting spot if you can hang on.
I love that. Blake hasn't been to Sonoy yet. He'll be there in November. He got the pronunciation right out of the gate.
Absolutely. Here we go. 3 laps down, 7 laps to go. Garrett Alberson brings the Delaware double file restart back to the green.
Alberson, your leader. McCready back in second now. Hitt slips up over the berm, down and beating and banging back in the pack. And here comes Jacob Hawkins from the back of the pack. He'll go up to 5th. Shane Hitt's got his hands full. Out front, though, and your leader continues to be Garrett Alberson.
You got to wonder how long that left rear tire is going to last on Jake Hawkins, number 37, is damage on the left rear of that race car has that looks like the sheet metal rubbing into the tires. You see him smoking in the corners. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, McCready's got a run on Alberson.
He was right there. Alberson slammed the door. They race back out of turn number 4. And it's going to be a couple of laps to go. Alberson's got the lead, but McCready wants by. McCready will go to the top in 1 and 2.
Tim McCready trying to get that run on the high side. He'll now diamond off the corner. This time by coming around to 3 laps remaining. McCready on the high side. Alberson washes up the racetrack, though. It's making it difficult to pass the 58, the 39. Trying, can't get it done. Does he have the run, Ben?
Working down the back straightaway. 10-lapper here. Top 6 to the feature for the pole position out of turn 4. 2 laps remain. 2 to go in this one. And Alberson leads the way, but McCready's knocking hard on the back door. Back in 3rd, it's Ricky Thornton Jr. 4th is Benedum. 5th is is Hawkins, and 6th is Hit. White flag in there, DJ, final time around.
This lead duo 1.8 seconds out in front of your third place car of Ricky Thornton Jr. is Alberson trying to hang on for the final time as they head down the back straightaway. McCready will give it one last ditch effort. He's able to close in, but it won't be enough. The winner of Integra Shocks and Springs heat number 1 is Garrett Alberson.
Coming home in the second spot, Tim McCready. 3rd will go to Ricky Thornton Jr. 4th will go to Mike Benedum. 5th will go to Jacob Hawkins from the back twice. And Shane Hit, your 6th and final transfers. A lot of hurt feelings in that one. But picking up the win out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, it's going to be Garrett Alberson. Garrett Alberson in car number 58. He picks up the win. The Nutrient Ag Solutions Fast Shafts, Dunright.TV Solar, Sunoco, Romer Machine and Welding, Massey Valley Transportation, Lucas Oil, Bill's Sports Shop. All sponsors on that. Clements Powered Longhorn for Garrett Alberson.
He's making Blake work for it, too. He's making Blake work for it over there.
It's a fun story. We were going to scrap the heat race interviews, but Garrett Alberson said, I'm getting a heat race interview.
That's right.
So
He won a heat race. Talk to the man, Blake.
Oh, we'll do that. 11th in Lucas points and trying to get to victory lane for the first time in his career with Castrol FloRacing Night in America. Garrett, you feel like that was kind of a test of patience just as long as that heat race took with those long yellows?
Yeah, no, for sure I got a little bit lucky there. That original start was pretty wild, and they kind of tangled there in 1 or 2, and I kind of got lucky, got through there. But I felt good once I moved up. Actually, I kind of got forced out there, and I felt pretty good. So hopefully we put on a good show.
Felt like you were able to move around. Congrats.
Thank you.
Garrett Alberson picks up heat race 1, guys.
He earned that interview. By God, he was going to get it.
Right.
And Adam Martz, the cardio's paying off, Adam, as our cameraman ran from turn 3. Love an unexpected interview as we get set for K1 Race Gear Heat number 2. DJ, here is our lineup for this one. On the front row to be Fairmont, West Virginia's Ryan Montgomery in the 4S, and Bobby Pierce, our point leader out of Oakwood, Illinois, in the 32.
Couple heavy hitters in row 2 on the inside. 2-time Hillbilly 100 champ Mike Marlar out of Winfield, Tennessee in the 157. Outside him out of Carpentersville, Illinois, the 28-year defending World of Outlaw Series champ Dennis Erb Jr.
Colton Burdett out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, the 44 inside of row 3 to his outside. Heinemann PA's Drake Troutman in with 19 wins on the year in the 7 car.
2-time Gateway Dirt National champ Tyler Carpenter starts inside row 4. Outside of him is the 3-time Tyler County Speedway late model track champion, Middleburn, West Virginia, Steve Waggle.
He's got 2 mod titles, too. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's fun. Pennsboro, West Virginia's Ryan Payne in the 12R inside of row 5 to his outside. Hanover, Pennsylvania's Corey Lawler in the 93. 10 cars, 10 laps. And the winner of this one's going to start outside front row here tonight. And the top 6 move on. Everybody else off to the B main. And how about Ryan Montgomery? He went out early, but he laid down a solid lap, and he's going to start in the pole position here in K1 Race Gear Heat 2.
This is a track that he's always run very well at. Wasn't able to make it to the Hillbilly 100 this year. Best finish was 16th in that race last year, but he does have 5 wins on the year. Does Ryan Montgomery is going to take this coming weekend off to get ready for the Dave Kinney Memorial Race at Latrobe Speedway next weekend with the ULMS Late Model Series. Shout out to our good friends Chris and Trevor Zuver there as they got the ULMS Late Models at Latrobe coming up next weekend for that Dave Kinney Memorial. Yellow light's going to turn off.
Time over
It'll
there.
be Zuby time. That's right. Your flagman Matt Amick just looked like the Statue of Liberty. That means we're going racing this time by Ryan Montgomery on the pole, Bobby Pierce on the outside, 10 laps, top 6 to the A main in K1 Race Gear Heat 2.
Oh man, and it was like Pierce wasn't ready or the car didn't start, but I'm not sure. I think we may try that one again.
Yeah, that was odd.
And Kelly Carlton telling the Forest of Montgomery where the start is, and he got in there. Let's see. As he approached on it, and yeah, he gasses it.
Just
you see the start zone, yeah.
Yeah, you could see the orange cones down there, and he did. He got on it about a car length
Now, one
early.
thing we've got that some of the other series don't have, you get a mulligan.
Yeah.
Don't do it a
just
second
one.
time.
That's right. This is your first and last warning.
Actually, right now, Mike Marlar said, do it again. I don't.
Well, we'll see. Montgomery on the pole, Pierce on the outside. They'll fire in the Schreff's Hometown Barbecue starting zone. That's a much better start, and we're underway.
Bobby Pierce to the outside, Montgomery to the inside, side by side for the lead through turns 1 and 2, and Pierce will take the lead down the back straightaway. Marlar to the inside of Montgomery, the battle for second as they come around to complete lap 1 of 10, and it's Bobby Pierce leading the way.
Yeah, Montgomery gets a good run off corner number 4. He's going to grab that second spot, an inch ahead of Mike Marlar. Third right now is Marlar. It's Dennis Erb Jr. fourth, side by side for fifth on the right side of your screen. That's the 7 of Drake Troutman and the 44 of Colton Burdett.
And caution on the speedway. We got a spring rhythm caution as we've got debris on the racetrack, and yeah, you see it. Looks like maybe a piece of lead. You hope it's not, but yeah, we're gonna go check that out. Ray Cook makes his way over.
Boy, I can't tell right there.
Well, I tell you, I know when we can find out. We'll get our Kelly Carlton to ask. Kelly, when you find out what that is from Ray, let us know.
There's yeah. It looks like an air cleaner off someone's cars. But yeah, there's the cover off of it. Well, let's see who it came off of.
Well, we thought for a minute we had lead, and an air cleaner is better for the drivers, but not the one that lost it.
That's exactly right.
Things can get a little dirty here at Tyler County.
Get a little dirty, which can cause you to run a tad warm then, too. It's got to be one of the guys up near the front, maybe.
Well, let's see as they come by.
Or did we lose? We lost Steve Waggle.
And they think it was off the 75 car. That's the report we're getting.
Man, tough break, tough night for both the Waggles thus far.
You know who's getting their money's worth tonight? Spring Rhythm.
Spring
Rhythm cautions right now.
Yes, it is.
Well, we're going to double them up, and Ryan Montgomery in second. So he's going to pick the outside, it would appear. Mike Marlar back there in third. And we'll rack him and stack him. You see Dennis Erb Jr. back there in the third row alongside Colton Burdett.
1 lap down, 9 laps to go. Green flag back out in K1 race gear, heat race number 2. And Bobby Pierce brings him to the green. Mike Marlar is going to rock it up into the second spot, momentarily 3 wide for third.
Yeah, good stuff back there for third. Now Montgomery says, forget third, I want second. To the inside of Marlar, chases Marlar up the hill. Marlar will tiptoe away from him. Bobby Pierce leads the way. First time here since 2018 when he was in the Dunn Benson car as Montgomery takes away from Marlar. Now Marlar comes under fire from Dennis Erb Jr. That's your battle for third as Erb will go around him. Now Marlar turns back down the hill, and it's getting frisky here tonight in Tyler County.
Hey, they call it America's baddest bull ring for a reason, man. They're going at it tooth and nail. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all right there could be covered with a blanket as now Dennis Erb Jr. in sole possession of that third spot. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, your race leader, Bobby Pierce, sees that gap that he has maybe evaporating just a little bit as Ryan Montgomery is starting to close in a little on the leader.
Call it America's maddest bull ring right now. There's hurt feelings everywhere as Bobby Pierce leads the way, but Montgomery trying to close in just a little bit. 1.3 seconds back, this time out of four laps to go, and Bobby Pierce has led the way throughout this one. Montgomery trying to get back to him. In third, Dennis Erb Jr. Fourth is Marlar, and it's still about 1.3 seconds to split from first to second.
Yeah, there's a good look at your battle for the third position. Dennis Erb Jr. has it. Mike Marlar trying to take it away. Just 3 laps to go is your race leader, Bobby Pierce. He's not really been able to stretch out that advantage, but Ryan Montgomery hasn't been able to close in as well as that lead duo turning nearly identical lap times these last couple laps. And with 2 to go, it's Bobby Pierce by 1.3 seconds out front.
Montgomery in second, Dennis Erb Jr. in third, Marlar back in fourth. In fifth, it's Troutman. Sixth and final transfers, Burdett. Behind them, Tyler Carpenter, along with the 12 car of Payne. Laps ticking down in this one as the white flag is out. Final time around, DJ.
Bobby Pierce looking to hang on for one more lap in K1 race gear, heat race number 2 as he wheels off corner number 4 for the final time. The smooth operator, Bobby Pierce, wins K1 race gear, heat number 2.
Ryan Montgomery in second, Dennis Erb Jr. third, Mike Marlar fourth, Drake Troutman fifth, Colton Burdett your sixth and final transfer, Tyler Carpenter, Ryan Payne, Corey Lawler, and Steve Weigel head off to the B main. As taking the win in K1 race gear, heat number 2, it's Bobby Pierce out of Oakwood, Illinois, in the Hoker Trucking, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Bloomington Normal, Truck Performance, Carnegie Towing, Oakwood Tire Company, Toyota of Danville, Lika Tree Service, Ted Brown Paint and Body. That's just some of the sponsors on this Vic Hill powered Longhorn. As
well, Bobby said I want to interview too.
Hey. Well, his win at Fairbury, guys, made him the winningest driver in Castrol FloRacing Night in America Series history, his 4th win. Bobby, second time here. What do you think? This place is pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, a little boring, I'll say that. It's very circular, so I'm able to keep my speed up, and got a good jump that second time. We fired about together and beat him in turn 1 there, and it was a lot of fun. So we'll go back, work on the car, hopefully get a little better, and see how it is. I haven't been here since, well, the only time was 2018, and I wasn't even on the cameras on the dirt on dirt replay, so hopefully that changes tonight. We can get her done.
I feel like those Illinois bull rings maybe give you a little bit of an advantage.
It does. It's a lot different. You know, we're not like necessarily banging off a cushion. It's building a little cushion in 1 and 2, but it's just different dirt, you know. But like you still drive in there hard and just send it. But I got to give a shout out to everyone watching on Flo, my girlfriend Abby, Larry, AZ3, everybody.
All right, guys. Bobby Pierce, always one to watch. His great season looks to continue tonight.
All right, thanks a lot, Blake. We get set for Buzzy Racing Heat Race number 3. And co-presented by Ibach. And on the pole, it'll be Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, to his outside Thug Nasty out of Waynesboro, Virginia, Logan Robertson.
Row 2 on the inside, it's going to be Martinsville, Indiana's Hudson O'Neal in the Rocket 1. And on his outside, out of Beckley, West Virginia, the 39H, Henry Hornsby the 3rd.
Row 3 will be Freddie Carpenter out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, and the C4, Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia, in the 49.
Brian Baumberger and Cody Rogers will be in row 4. Kyle Hardy, keep your eyes on him, and Trey Watson will be in row number 5. If everyone is able to make it, and it looks like they are, we're going to have 10 cars running 10 laps. Ben, the top 6 will transfer. 7th on back. We'll go into our B main. This is Buzzy Racing Products Heat Race number 3, the final super late model heat race of the night. Dalton Wilson on the pole, and Logan Robertson, who you heard earlier, likes his place so much on the outside.
Winner of this one will start 3rd tonight. Robertson's going to climb the hill, and it's going to cost him. Meanwhile, Hudson O'Neal will shoot to the lead down the back straightaway. Now Dalton Wilson. I thought Robertson was going to go to the back of Hudson O'Neal. Lap number 1, who's it going to be? And it's Hudson O'Neal, your leader. Oh, beating and banging off into 1 and 2. Hang on to it, Dalton Wilson and Thug Nasty. And how about that shooting the gap? Hornsby as Wilson and Robertson not playing nice, and Aunt B's going to be upset about that one. My goodness.
Boy, they were going at it.
Give an inch, guys.
Holy cow. Well.
Wow. Well.
That.
We're going to have a replay, and we're going to let you find viewers back at home decide what the heck just happened.
Yes, let's just let's just see what happens right here. We're going to show this, Blake, and we'll let the fans decide for themselves. I'm like you, Ben. I thought Logan Robertson was gonna shoot the gap right there. I really did.
Oh man! So Hudson goes to the lead, and then Robertson and Wilson. Wilson turns back down, and now Robertson turns back down. They bang Wills. I honestly think it looked more intentional than it was, though. I think they just ran out of racetrack. Blake Anderson down in the hot pit. What did you just see on Robertson's car?
Well, flat right front for Dalton Wilson. Robertson pulled in and then pulled right out. Some hand gestures exchanged between the two, and you guys heard in the pre-race segment with the picks and the bets between Suave and Rigsby, and Derek Kessinger had Dalton Wilson as his non-star winner tonight. Is it the curse of Suave?
Yeah,
after Fairbury.
Yeah.
It's like the Monday Night Football curse. Nobody wants to be part of that anymore.
Freddie Carpenter with a ton of damage there in front of you, Blake.
Yeah, I'm going to add a spoiler for my Gateway Dirt Nationals car.
Right. Hey, Brian Metz, Dave Posky and the gang, we're going to need another one of those new spoilers that you got.
Yes.
We're going to need one of those stat.
We may need another T-shirt, too.
I love them, man.
Absolutely.
Nick and the gang get Dalton Wilson ready to go back out, and it's been a chaotic night. Now, going to lean in. There we go. Had a little bit of a bump. He'll get back going, and Dalton Wilson on the back of the pack. Well, we saw Jacob Hawkins come from the back twice in the first heat race, so we'll see what Dalton Wilson can do here. As we do have 1 lap down, 9 to go. And Hudson O'Neal leads the way. Dalton Wilson second. Robertson was third. So Dalton Wilson and Robertson to the back. How about Henry Hornsby? Liking what he's seeing right now. The Beckley, West Virginia driver. 1 win on the year.
He was the beneficiary of all that madness down in turns 1 and 2 as he was able to drive by them all. And he and Freddie Carpenter both able to make a couple nice moves to work up through the field. And Dalton Wilson is going to make a return to the infield hot pit.
Yeah, he's going to pull back down. Team's looking at it. And maybe something awry under that left front. A lot of contact there, so something could be bent on that race car.
It doesn't look like
the left front's going flat, guys.
Oh, wow. So the left front going down on Dalton Wilson's 18D. So he comes back in. The crew is going to change. You see right there, they're going to put a new left front shoe on the 18D. Go ahead, Blake.
On that right front, there's probably 3 or 4 punctures in the right front they just pulled off. We'll get a look at the left front here when they set it down, guys.
All right, Blake, thanks a lot. Great job as always. Well, we did get 1 lap in, so 1 is scored. 9 remaining here in Buzzy Racing Heat number 3. Hudson O'Neal out front, and he'll be by himself. side by side for second. Your second place car is, I believe, Henry Hornsby, and he has chosen the outside lane on this restart, Ben.
Oh, we got a lot of chaos here tonight. They're going to show him 1 to go. We'll see if Dalton Wilson can get his car back out there, as he's got new Hoosiers on the front, and he'll pull away from the Ratliff Racing number 18D crew. They'll tag the back of the pack, and Hudson's going to bring us back to the green flag, and I can't remember the last time we didn't have chaos here tonight. My goodness.
Well, it is.
Halloween's not till next month.
Who had the over on Spring Rhythm cautions in the studio bet? Because whoever had the overs probably won it already. 1 down, 9 to go. Final late model heat of the night's back underway. Buzzy Racing Products, Heat 3.
Hudson O'Neal will take them off into 1 and 2. Your World 100 winner. Hornsby a good run in second. Freddie in third without a spoiler. But here comes JD. He started back in 6th. He's up to 3rd. And Jonathan Davenport, fresh off his 2nd Hillbilly 100 title, on the move as he works his way into the 3rd spot. Back and forth. It's a good one, Carpenter. Hey, no spoiler. I think Freddie might be faster without that.
Freddie looking good in the C4 right now, holding on to 4th. Brian Baumberger is 5th and 6th right now. The final transfer spot up from the tail of the field. Kyle Hardy in the 00, but back out front. Hudson O'Neal leads, and Henry Hornsby's not letting him out of the crosshairs. Look at him going 3 wide at the back of the pack.
Oh, man, is Dalton Wilson coming from the back of the pack on the move right now. Out front, it continues to be Huddy in 2nd. It's Hornsby in 3rd. It's JD. Freddie Carpenter back there in 4th, 5th right now. Baumberger, and he's got company coming in a hurry because here comes Hardy. He's bringing Wilson to the party with him. Laps ticking down in this one, though. Next time by halfway.
No, next time. That was halfway.
Yeah,
yes, we're just past. Yep, 3 laps to go this time by, and Hudson O'Neal remains out front by about 1 second or so. Yeah, 6 laps down. 4 laps to go. You're right, it was just halfway that last time. 10-lap heat races here tonight, Ben. As that battle back there for the final transfer spot continues to rage on. That is 4th, 5th, and 6th on your screen, and there's how close 7th place Dalton Wilson is to that battle for the last transfer position.
Yeah, Wilson's right there with him. 3 wide right now for the 4th spot. As off turn number 4, 2 laps to remain in this one. And Buzzy Racing Products Heat 3 presented by iBog. And Hudson O'Neal probably happy that he got away from this one because it's been chaos behind him, and it's still a good battle from 4th on back.
It sure is. As on the right side of your screens, the battle for that last transfer spot. Dalton Wilson just took it away from Brian Baumberger. Those 3 drivers going at it for 2 transfer positions. White flags out final time around. Hudson O'Neal solidly out front. He comes off corner number 4. He is going to win. Buzzy Racing heat number 3. Henry Hornsby 2nd. Jonathan Davenport 3rd. Freddie Carpenter 4th. Kyle Hardy 5th. And Dalton Wilson will grab that all-important 6th transfer spot ahead of Brian Baumberger, Cody Rogers, Logan Robertson, and Trey Watson.
Well, the chaos comes to an end, and the winner here in Buzzy Racing Products Heat 3 presented by iBog out of Martinsville, Indiana. Hudson O'Neal, the Valvoline V1 Racing Oil, Performance Grading, Swiper Calf Wrenches, O'Neal Salvage and Recycling, Ace Metal Works, Gunners Honey, 5-star Race Car Bodies, Durham-powered Rocket XR1, Blake 3 heat races, and we've already hit the over on the night for cautions back in the studio for the first time ever. Down to you, my friend.
Yeah, Derek Kessinger hit that. I think he had over 4.5, so another bet win there for Suave, and what a season for Hudson O'Neal. 2nd in points with us, 2nd in points with Lucas and Hudson. 14 wins this year, a couple of them with us with Castrol FloRacing Night in America. You feel like you're having one of those dream seasons that just the dream keeps going on?
It's been pretty awesome, I won't lie. You know, I feel like we've let some get away from us, and those are the ones I think about. But I don't know, man. It's been great. We're a little worried after qualifying, made a bunch of changes, and I felt we were really good right there. So hopefully we can just make a few more small changes and be right there for the feature.
What a season, guys, for Hudson O'Neal. 68 top 10s and 84 starts, World 100, 14 wins, and in the hunt for 2 national championships.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great season. He'd like nothing more than to get somewhat of a hometown win for Rocket One, whose shop is located just up the road in Shinston, West Virginia. The first of 3 heat races for the UMP Dirt Car Modifieds made its way on the racetrack, and it will be going green here momentarily. My good friend and Tyler County Speedway house announcer Steve Davis going to hop back on the mic. And Steve, this is the first of 3 heat races for the UMP Dirt Car Modifieds.
That's correct, and the top 5 finishers will take the automatic pass to the feature event. These will be 8-lap qualifying heat races. Heads-up starts off qualifying time. That puts past qualifier to the evening Casey Burdett on the pole in the 44 outside the 10S Chad Smith. And row number 2, the 11 is Sean Donahue. Outside him, the 37, Sean Jett. Larry Bond is in 07, and we are going green this time by. Down the front straightaway they go with Burdett grabbing the lead. Smith catches a little bit of the guardrail on that outside line. Not a help for him as Sean Jett will move into the second spot. Wags the tail a bit as he and Sean Donahue in the 11 car race side by side down into turn number 1. Smith will fall back to the 4th spot and holding that last transfer position is Dalton Lane in the 14L car. Good battle for that second position as you see Smith and Lane also having a battle, a tussle, and here comes Larry Bond in the 07 car trying to take the position away from Lane as Lane looks underneath of Smith. Once again, top 5 goes the feature event.